for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Yeah. What's up? It's that boy, Coach Malachi Williams in the building. We back. Get the mic over here, man. New Minute Today, USA Boxing. We are back. We back in this BIH with another one. True. Boy, today gonna be a good show. I'm gonna kind of like piggyback on off of what I did yesterday. I'm gonna drop the phone lines early, let the people call in and speak, and I'm gonna listen. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get my pen and pad out because I think this show is going to be very interesting today. I got a good idea what type of phone calls I'm going to get, what type of things people are going to say, because I study you guys. I know you very, very well. Hey, I'm looking for my damn pad, my pad right here. Pulling out my old pad. If anybody remember when I first started shooting my videos, I used to have my pen, I used to have my pad. When I used to shoot my videos behind my green screen, I used to have my pad right there. Pull out my old trusted pad. Yeah, I'm back. I'm putting the pad out again. Let's see. Today gonna be very interesting. What the date is? October the 20th, huh? Yeah, October the 20th, huh? You know it is what it is, man. Y'all read the title. Y'all read the title, right? Y'all know me. I don't do clickbait. I'm not like your favorite YouTube channels, or as Mark Nash would say, your other YouTube dads. I don't do clickbait. Boy, if I say something, boy, I got the receipts. You can believe that, boy. You can believe that. I don't even play. Anyways. I'm gonna hear a lot of, I ain't gonna say nothing. Let's give everybody, well, let's see. We need 4 more people. Once to let YouTube send out the notifications, I give everybody a round of applause. Once they send out the notifications, man. Let me pull up one more thing. Go on Twitter, the Twitterverse. Go to the Twitterverse. Right quick. Let's see what we got right here. Whole lot of mo going on Twitter. Whole lot of mo going on. Whole lot of mo, boy. Whole lot going on Twitter. Let's see. What did the brother say? All right, there we go. That's it right there. Let me go ahead and blow this up. Right quick. Take it to right there. And let's get into the show, man. Let's give everybody a round of applause. Damn, hold on, man. Oh, shit. Sorry about that, guy. My damn camera went out. Yeah, man. Everybody a round of applause, man. It is what it is. Look, my chair. Thought my chair had to move. Let's get into the show. Let's see who all is here. Let's see who all is here first. Let's see. Let me blow this up a little bit because I got to be able to look at other people in the chat. I haven't gotten a chance to look at yesterday's show. I haven't gotten a chance to look at yesterday's show, right? Because I've been so busy doing other stuff. But I will. But I want to let everybody know something today. I don't give a damn what your personal issues is. I don't, right? Everybody have their own personal problems. I expect everyone to be adults and act accordingly. None of us, I hope, are not children. If you are a child and you want to play childish games, fine. This may not be the channel for you, right? But I like to talk about boxing news. When you call this show, I don't want to hear nothing about your goddamn who you got beef with. I don't care. Call about the subject matter. All the other shit, please, let's leave that alone. Cause I get irritated. I get irritated real quick. I get irritated real quick. But I'm gonna check out yesterday's show. I'm gonna look at that. I just received a message. Somebody sent me a message. I just read it. I don't know how I got sidetracked. Sorry about that, guys. Shots fired. Paulie Malignaggi. I can't believe I'm talking about this guy 2 days in a row. Paulie Malignaggi says that Devin Haney has a lot of racist fans. I know that word right there was going to trigger a lot of people. So this word right here, we're gonna get a lot of people from the LDBC. We're gonna get a lot of Lomachenko fans. We're gonna get a lot of this gonna get real ugly today. Tank has a fake WBA belt. Let's get into the show. According to Paulie Malignaggi, Devin Haney has a lot of racist fans. Now let me preface this. That's not all what he said. We're gonna listen to the entire interview. It's only like 15 minutes long. It's only like 15 minutes long. And there's some things that he said in there that you may agree with and you may not agree with. Everyone is entitled to their opinion. But everyone is entitled to their opinion, right? I was going to say something, but I'm gonna hold off on that. Paulie also said that he likes Devin Haney, but he was a fake champion. He's saying that when Devin Haney had the WBC belt, that wasn't the real belt. The French fries belt was the real belt. And he said that Teofimo Lopez and George Kambosos was undisputed. True. I can't make this up. And Paulie is a boxer, former boxer. Okay. As for Tank Davis, Paulie says that he likes Tank a lot, but he has a fake WBA belt. He's not a real champion at 135. And I think a lot of people say that as well. And this ain't no shade to Tank Davis, but they always say that. You know, Tank said that Devin Haney he's the email champion, but a lot of people always say, well, goddamn, Tank, you got the Reggie belt. You get what I'm saying? So, yada. So we got Devin Haney fans versus Lomachenko fans, because Lomachenko's name is coming up. He's going to be brought up in this from a lot of people going to call in. I already know. Versus Lomachenko fans versus Tank Davis fans. So we have Tank Davis fans and Lomachenko fans don't like Devin Haney. We have Devin Haney fans and Tank Davis fans. Well, Tank Davis fans really don't say much about Lomachenko. So I don't think they really talk bad about Lomachenko. Tank Davis fans maybe, but Devin Haney fans and Loma fans they don't like each other. It is what it is, right? For whatever the reason may be. And guess what? Whatever your issues is, I ain't got shit to do with it. I don't give a fuck who you like, who you don't like. I don't. So yeah, I think that's what's going on. We got a round robin going on with the trio right now. All three of y'all. That's what I see going on, right? Now Paulie has a right to his opinion like anyone else. The racial politics in the sport of boxing online is real. Paulie says Haney fan base only cares about race. And this is why they always bring up race on YouTube, certain chats and stuff like that. Interesting. He says a lot of Haney fans are such racists and they always play the race card. Interesting. At the end of the day, Paulie says that he has fondness of Devin Haney, but his fans are another case altogether. What do you guys think about what Paulie said? Phone line's finna drop in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'll wait till we get to 2 something before I drop the phone lines. Let's listen to the video and you guys tell me, what do you think? Because I don't want to drop the phone lines before everyone hears what Paulie had to say, right? I think that's only fair. That I at least do that. Let you guys hear and be the judge for yourself. Let's see. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Where is that video? Oh, here we go, right here. Let me share this right quick, guys. So I want you to see it. I want you to hear it, okay? And then you guys can come to your own conclusion. This is the video right here. This is Paulie TV. He has a podcast called Paulie TV, and he has one with Antonio Tarver and Rod Jones Jr. as well, right? He said, I didn't have a daddy buying my fights when I was coming up. Paulie claps back at Devin Haney. He mentions Blue Blood Sports TV in this video as well. And for all you guys can see, this is Paulie right here, right? So I don't want nobody thinking I'm lying, making it up, I'm capping, okay? Let's hear what he has to say. And then I drop the phone lines. Hold on.
Paulie Malignaggi here for Paulie TV. We have shots fired from Devin Haney and the crew. Okay, you know, I'm an analyst, right, guys? I mean, I analyze fights. I break down statistics. I break down fighting styles more than anything, you know, and I really didn't feel like it felt like I was hating on Devin Haney. I felt like
I do not own the rights to this material. It's for education purposes only.
More so I was, you know, bringing out some valid points that should be made. And I'd like to have seen him in a situation where he was in, you know, some 50-50 fights, some fights where, you know, there was a threat.
Shout out to Kane. Shout out to Lady Shan. Done them season in the BIH.
He just won the title. I never believed he was champion until he beat Camboso. So I didn't have a problem with him not fighting those 50-50.
So he said he never believed Devin Haney was champion until he fought Cambosos. That's what he said, right? So let's take notes. Let's take notes. I want to take notes on this. He said he never believed Devin Haney was champion until he fought Cambosos. Okay. Never believed. This is my first time taking notes on this. Devin Haney was champion. Okay. Never believed Devin Haney was champion. Okay. That's one right there. Let's go.
Before. And Cambosos, you know, you can't make up who the undisputed champion is. Cambosos is the guy that beat Lopez. Got to give you credit for that. So I really didn't think it had anything to do with hating, because once you don't consider Devin Haney a world champion prior to the Cambosos fight, you know, he's a prospect / contender, and he's moving his way into you know, the prime of his career. And so there was never really an issue I had with you know, the level of opposition and what he was doing. The issue started when you start to, you know, play pretend with popcorn belts. You know, just like I'll tell you, Gervonta Davis is a popcorn belt now that Haney has the undisputed title. And they sit there selling his fights as world title fights and flaunting it when he's not a champion. Gervonta Davis has only been a champion at 130 pounds, and that's it. So, you know, it's not like I didn't keep the same energy with other guys who had popcorn belts. But it's when you start flaunting it. I never really see Gervonta calling himself a world champion. He just called himself a good fighter, and he, you know, sells himself that way. Haney was like, you know, sitting there calling himself a world champion. And then, you know, you're fighting guys that probably wouldn't be fighting in world title fights. Now, I guess we got to.
All right. So he's giving his opinion about how he feels about Devin Haney, yada, 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 yada. Blase, squaze, whatever. You know, everybody has a right to their opinion. Okay.
Go back to the beginning, right? I mean, everybody knows that, you know, Haney said
because apparently Devin Haney and Paulie has some kind of beef going on. So Team Haney is against Team Paulie or whatever. You know, I wasn't even aware of this kind of beef that they had going on, but you know, it is what it is. But let's continue.
He'd never lose to a white boy. You're fighting guys that probably wouldn't be fighting in world title fights. Now, I guess we got to go back to the beginning, right? I mean, everybody knows that, you know, Haney said he'd never lose to a white boy routine, and this kind of all started back then, right? But I didn't really have a problem with Devin saying that. You know, you're a young fighter, you're promoting, you're saying controversial stuff. I can kind of ride with that. I used to do that when I was young too. And
the reason why I'm playing the video in its entirety is only 15 minutes long is because I don't want anyone to say that I'm skipping certain parts to try to make Paulie look bad, or to make Devin look good, or to make Devin look bad and make Paulie look good. I want you to hear it in its entirety. Okay?
Probably still do that to some extent, right? So I don't have a problem with that. But and he's young. I've seen other fighters that I rooted for, like Mayweather, when he was young, say that. So I didn't. That wasn't really what my issue was. My issue is that all the racist fans that he has, it likes the gasoline match under them. You know what I'm saying? And that was
all right. So let's write that down. He says that in the 2 minute and 51 second mark, he says that Devin, he said he doesn't really have too much of a problem with Devin, but it's all the racist fans Devin has. Okay. Racist fans. All right, let's continue.
That's more so what saying something like that does now, especially in a time where there's a lot of sensitivity on that subject. I'm not gonna, get mad at a 20-year-old kid, which he was at that time, with his dreams in front of him, who's working hard and all that other stuff. As a matter of fact, when I gave the response to that question, remember I tried to like kind of brush it off, but the reporter kind of nudged me a little bit, and so I gave a further opinion, which ended up creating a lot of controversy. Regardless, that's not what this video is about. This video is about, I'm probably going to have to now roast Devin Haney because now I got to give it to you straight.
So he says he's going to probably have to roast Devin Haney, so now I want to give it to him straight. Okay, that's good. So he's going to say what's really on his mind. That's at the 3-minute and 28-second mark. And I get it. Once things get personal, whatever the case may be, then all gloves is off. I do get it. I see both sides of the argument. I really do. But let's continue. 3-minute, 28-second mark. All right, let's go.
Great way that I kind of had always avoided because I liked Devin Haney in a lot of ways. I just wanted to, stir up the juices and, wanted to create better fights and better fight situations.
Okay.
I didn't like that he was downplaying better fighters than he was before he even got there.
Okay.
Guys like Lomachenko and even Teofimo Lopez, who was fighting phenomenal opposition at that very young age and winning.
Now, he said that he didn't like the fact that Devin Haney was downplaying other champions and people who was there. He has a right to do that. Fighters have a right to say whatever they want to say about another fighter. Yeah, he a champion, but he'll boom. I'll beat the brakes off of him when I find him. Paulie, you did it when you were a champion. And yeah, when you was a champion, you did. Like damn near a lot of all fighters do it. But he has a right to his opinion. There's nothing wrong with that.
Titles, and he was downplaying all these guys, and then he consistently started fighting guys who we never heard of. Like it can't be at a certain point. It's not an accident when you keep calling all the names out, and then we never heard of your opponents. Which was kind of the situation that we were dealing with Devin Haney at the time. He was talking about Lomachenko. He was talking about Teofimo Lopez at the time when they had belts. But then he'd end up signing fights against guys that nobody knew who they even were. You know what I'm saying? And when he fought Jorge Linares, I wouldn't have had a problem with that if he wasn't selling himself as a fake world champion. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not a guy who was in a world title fight, but that is a guy who an up-and-coming fighter on his way to world title aspirations would fight a fading edge world champion. But
all right, so he said that Devin Haney was a fake world champion. He has a right to his opinion on that. Because some people do feel that, hey man, he wasn't a real champ. Lomachenko was a real champ, and he lost his belt somehow, and whatever the case may be, yada 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 blah this squaze. He says I didn't. About my fights when I was okay. That was on 4-minute and 20-second mark. Fake world champion. All right. Let's continue.
Faded ex-world champion, because at that time Linares wasn't fading, he was faded. But the fact that he's fighting guys like that while selling himself as a world champion, again, this is something not even Gervonta Davis does. Yes, they announce him as a champion, but I've never seen Gervonta like sell himself as a world champion with that fake WBA belt.
So he said 4-minute and 50-second mark. He said, Gervonta Tank Davis doesn't sell himself as a world champion with that fake WBA belt. Okay. All right, Tank fake belt. All right. Let's continue.
The ticket sell himself in other ways that, again, it's fine. Do it all you want. Gervonta can fight. Devin Haney can fight as well. I have a problem with the hypocrisy and pushing that hypocrisy that already exists in boxing. So, we'll start with Linares, for example. I mean, Linares, we're talking about, that was your most notable opponent, Jorge Linares, and, I've seen that guy, somebody sent me a video from this guy, Blue Blood, and he was talking about how Lomachenko beat Luke Campbell for the WBC title, and then he could have fought.
All right, so he's talking about Blue Blood Sports TV at the 5-minute and 20-second mark. Okay. All right. Let's continue.
In that moment after that, because he had some time in between while Teofimo Lopez was fighting before the unification or something to that effect. Guys, this guy, I saw the video from that guy Blue Blood, by the way. Unlike him, I'm going to actually speak all facts. Okay. I don't know where he got the white people in other sports. I never even talked about other sports.
Also, I will be taking some wrenches back. I know the issues that I was having prior, and I wasn't having issues before, but I will be taking wrenches. I got too many moderators. I'm gonna have to do what I did last year. So.
Where he got that one. That one's white, where white and black people are involved in football, hockey, and baseball. He got into a whole rant about that, which I never even talked about other sports and the race issue in any other sport. That one, I don't know where he pulled that one right out of his ass. But he's also making up the fact that, Lomachenko could have fought Haney after the Campbell fight because he had some time. Obviously, recently you guys saw that Lomachenko had shoulder surgery. This is a shoulder injury that he's had for a while. So after he beat Luke Campbell, instead of fighting right away, he was hoping that the shoulder inflammation and damage may quell a little bit.
So he's explaining the situation, what happened with Devin Haney and Lomachenko and why they didn't fight back then. Because of Loma had a shoulder injury, and he went through all that entire explanation, right? And this has been a beef war, whatever, going on for a while on YouTube between Devin Haney fans and Lomachenko fans. I'm very, very familiar with it. I can't wait to drop these phone lines, but I have to talk in between. We got 8 minutes left in this.
Rested the shoulder. So no, he couldn't have fought Devin Haney right after he beat Luke Campbell because he was trying to rest in between fights, hoping that the shoulder would heal or do itself well, and he wouldn't need the eventual surgery that he ended up having to get later on. Okay, so no, he wasn't going to be able to fight Devin Haney and continue to risk the shoulder surgery when he was looking for a bigger fight on the horizon, which was the Teofimo Lopez unification. So no, I mean, that was not the case. Also, I mean, we're talking about Luke Campbell while we're on the subject. I mean, Luke Campbell, the time Lomachenko fought him, and Luke Campbell, even at the time Ryan Garcia fought him, is a better fighter than Devin Haney.
So what I noticed about what he's saying is he's basically making an argument for Lomachenko, right? I think that's obvious at this point. He's pleading a case for Lomachenko. So me listening to it, and I listened to it as quiet as I could when I listened to it, from that aspect, he's leaning towards which he's always loved Lomachenko. Paulie goes back from the HBO days. He always loved Lomachenko. That crew there, that's their one. So I get where he's coming from with that. I get it. But guess what? He has a right. He has a right to do that. Everybody has a right to their opinion. So there's nothing I can really say about that. But let's go.
Fought up until now throughout his career to this point in time. Now, George Kambosos was
I can't see the super
champion. You got to give him credit for that. But head to head,
my super chat's not coming out
as good as Luke Campbell. Jorge Linares is not as good as Luke Campbell because I know you're raised.
Hold on, let's do this. Let's do this. He finna get very interesting there. Shout out to Will. For some reason, my super chats are not showing up to my right. So shout out to Will.
Hey, okay.
For dropping that. Bam, dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
My super chats are not coming up on my in my StreamYard. Like literally, nothing is coming. Okay, one just came up. Where the hell is Yeah, you dropped the dub and you didn't even come up, Will. So I got to start looking at it over here to my left. What you say, Will? You say I think it's corny as hell that two men are fighting like social media divas.
True.
I hope they talk to each other like real men one day instead of stirring the pot online. I hope you are having a great Thursday, Coach. Much love. I'm having a good day. I'm having a good day. I'm having a good day. I'm having a good day, fam. To be honest with you. For some reason, I don't know why my super chats are not showing up on my screen.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
Oh, okay. What you say? Say Haney fans blocked me on another channel. Okay. Shout out to Alexander for dropping that $2. Bam, super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Okay, you got blocked on another channel. I mean, they have a right to block you. You get what I'm saying? Like every channel has a right to do what they want to do with their platform. They can. You see what I'm saying? It's just the nature of the beast. If you go to a Haney channel and you see things that you know that Haney channels don't want you to say, I mean, what do you expect is going to happen? You get what I'm saying? That's like if you go to a pro Wilder channel and you don't praise Wilder or say something that they don't like, they have a right to block you. You see what I'm saying? I try to Over here, I try to be a little bit more tolerant. As you can see, I got LDBC members that that's part of LDBC, that are moderators who subscribe to them. I got Joshua. I got a mixed diverse here over here. You know what I mean? But it looks like it's becoming a little bit too much drama. So I'm gonna end up taking everybody's wrenches. I just, you know what I mean? It just is what it is at this point. I've been through this before last year. Last year, I made a lot of moderators, and it was just a whole bunch of bullshit going on with that. Everybody beefing, everybody doing this. So I just, but that's what I'm gonna end up doing. It is what it is. I'm not worried about what anybody's got going on each other. Shout out to the Gus Spring, dropping that $2. Bam, super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said Paulie came up with part 2 on his YouTube channel. Yeah, I know he did. I know he came up with part 2.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
Let's go.
Here to this point in time. Now, George Kambosos was the undisputed champion, and you got to give him credit for that. But head to head, George Kambosos is not as good as Luke Campbell. Shaho Linares is not as good as Luke Campbell, because I know your race-baiting fans are also going to come and say, well, how's that possible when he beat Linares and Linares had beaten Luke?
Right at the 720 mark, he said Devin Haney, he talked about Devin Haney's race-baiting fans. Okay. I will open up the phone lines, and I'm just going to listen. I'm not going to say 2 words. Just listen. Let's go.
Campbell. The Linares that beat Luke Campbell was more prime Linares. The Linares that fought Devin Haney was shot to bits already. Okay, like I said, he'd been knocked out in a round by Pablo Cano in 2019, and I beat Pablo Cano in 2012. Okay, and that guy knocked out Linares in a round in 2019. Okay, so that's how shot Linares was. And then Haney fought him after that first round knockout loss to Cano. Okay, that's how shot Linares was when he fought him.
So basically, what he's saying, and he has now listen, Paulie Malignaggi has a right to say whatever he wants to say about his criticism of Devin Haney. Just like a Devin Haney fan has a right to say what they want to say about their criticism of a Lomachenko fan or a Lomachenko fan, vice versa. Anyone has a right to criticize who they want to criticize. Nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing wrong with that at all. Whether you agree with it or disagree with it, there's nothing wrong with that, because everybody does the same thing. Okay, well, let's go.
And again, I wouldn't have a problem with it if you weren't selling that fight as a world title defense. Because again, fighters are allowed to take on these faded or faded.
Shout out to Earl. We're dropping that $2. Bam, super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Earl said Blue Blood the real deal. Paulie's a clown. And that's your opinion of Blue Blood. There's nothing wrong with that.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
Let's continue.
Just to pick up resume builders. But Luke Campbell, dude, Ryan Garcia has a better win on his record than any win on your record, bro.
Oh, and another thing I want to preface, I can't stand, I don't like Paulie Malignaggi at all. I told you guys that yesterday. I don't like him at all. But what I did, I'm going to show you what I learned from yesterday. There's a lot of things I could have said as related to Paulie, the way I felt about him personally, but I kept that back because I did not want my personal views to taint the show. Today, I'm not going to allow my personal views to taint the show. The phone lines will be dropping in a few minutes.
Luke Campbell, the time they fought him, these guys fought him, is a better fighter than anybody you've beaten, dude. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's absolutely insane. So that's the first harsh truth I got to unfortunately give, okay? The Haney and the race-baited fans that are constantly just going forward and harping on the race issue constantly. Because let's face it, all this has to do for you guys is the race issue, even despite the fact that I've said, and the end, even despite the fact that in the whole scenario that I gave from the very beginning all the way to the very end, it ends up with Shakur Stevenson being the undisputed lightweight champion. That's the scenario that I gave from the beginning to the end doesn't end up with Lomachenko being the undisputed champion. It ends up with Shakur Stevenson being the undisputed champion. And
so what Paulie is saying is out of everything that he said in dissing or dismissing or whatever he said about Devin Haney, he said it ended up being that Shakur Stevenson ends up being undisputed. And I heard the entire interview, and he's right. That is what he said at the end of the interview. That is true. That is true.
You guys know that. I know that. I've been saying that. I've been giving you the whole scenario. I've said it in a couple of different interviews and a couple of different speaking segments that I've had on different videos. So you guys know that, and I know that, but you can't help yourselves making it a race issue. Not Devin. I don't believe Devin purposely does that.
So he said that, you can't help yourself making a race issue. He's not saying that Devin does it. He's talking about Devin Haney's fans. So let's stop right there. That's 9. That's at the 8-minute and 50-second mark. Race baiting fans again. I know, trust me, I know everybody's argument. I know you guys very well. Shout out to Midwest Boxing for dropping that $2. Bam, super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said very fair assessment.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
Let's go.
Unfortunately, his fans are such racists that the race baiting, they can't help themselves. Okay, so it ends up that you don't even see the actual end game that I was speaking the whole time. That doesn't even matter what color Shakur is. I think Shakur winds up being the best guy in the whole bit at the end of the day. And I'm not even looking at it through a skin color thing there. I don't analyze fights based on skin color. But that's a separate issue again. We're gonna stick to the issue at hand. Let me explain why I always, had some fondness for Haney in general. He was a young fighter. You can see he's having fun. He had some talent. And I've said it, Haney's issue with me, he said, I wish I was everything he was. Here's the thing, and here's one of the
shout out to G Funky.
I had with why I wouldn't apologize for Showtime wanting what I said back in 2020. The whole white privilege, systemic racism thing, it's based on skin color and based on.
So he's explaining his situation as it relates to why he got fired from Showtime. He had an opportunity to keep his job. They asked him to apologize for what he said. I don't even know what the hell he said, to be honest with you. I got to go back and listen to it. But apparently it was against whatever the policy was of Showtime, and he got fired, because he wouldn't apologize. That's what he's explaining.
It's race-based consistently. And the race base is that there's white privilege. I said back in 2020. The whole white privilege, systemic racism thing, it's based on skin color and based only on skin color. It's race-based consistently. And the race base is that there's white privilege and all that. And I look at Devin Haney, and he's more Paulie Malignaggi than he is Floyd Mayweather. Now, just because he's undefeated, and right now he's the undefeated champion, people are going to say that's blasphemy. He looks nothing like Floyd Mayweather fought, like in his prime. Floyd Mayweather fought out of 500 different looks. Just could mutate his style in ways that are unfathomable for most fighters. Haney fights in a certain particular way.
L. Harvey, what's going on, man? Doggone Hulk. Who else in there? Boxing the Store, and he said Devin and Paulie, ironically, are comparable as fighters. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I mean, not stylistically wise on the Boxing historian, but from a punching power wise, yes. Both from a punching power wise, definitely that.
Okay. He's jab first, set up counter punching, feinting, using his legs. Keep the fight as simple as possible unless you have to complicate it. He probably goes to the body a little bit more than I did, but I probably threw more combinations than he did. Okay, so when my hands weren't broken, obviously, because I had a lot of hand problems. Both of us are not big punchers. And why am I making this comparison? Because this is one of the reasons I actually like him. Here's the difference, though, between me and Devin Haney, and this is where the whole race problem comes into it again. That's not even a problem. It's an issue. Devin Haney comes from a money background. I didn't have daddy buying all my fights when I was coming up the ladder. I had to sign long-term contracts.
All right, so he said his daddy was buying all of his fights. Okay. I think I know what he means by that. I think he's saying that, he was making sure that he get matchmake very well and stuff like that. He's saying that Devin came from a privileged background, which is true. He did come from a privileged background. All right, so much minutia to unpack here. I just want to make sure I'm taking notes. But let him explain. Let me explain further what he means by that.
A money background. I didn't have. That's not even a problem. It's an issue. Devin Haney comes from a money background. I didn't have daddy buying all my fights when I was coming up.
Hey, we got to get them likes up, man. We got over 400 people in here and less than 200 likes. We got to get them likes up, dog. I need 300. I need 300 likes.
the ladder. I had to sign long-term contracts.
We need 59 more likes in order for me to open up the phone lines. Let's go.
Them contracts I didn't want to be in order to get my fights. Okay, I had no choice. Okay, because I didn't have daddy paying for my fights on the way up, and you know, being able to take my time and not sign any long-term deal, so that when it was
shout out to Valo.
Hey, okay.
Dropping that $2. Bam, super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, "Don't take a guy serious." That got whooped by McGregor. I see a couple of trolls here. I would not be paying you any attention. Let's go.
Time to make my moves, I wasn't tied into a contract. Okay, why do I say that? Because this, you know, Devin came up that way, and then I can remember Devin getting much more Showbox dates than anybody else, and I can remember, and you know what's the funny thing about that is, I used to work at Showtime, dude. You know what I mean? Like, I'm in this business. I know how the business works. You know what I mean? I know what the behind the scenes talk in the business and everything. And I can remember, like, I worked with the guys who did Showbox, even if I wasn't on Showbox. And I can remember the grumblings in the production meetings and the snickering jokes in the production meetings, like, "Oh man, can't wait, there's a Devin Haney fight." And it wasn't because of the way Devin Haney fought. Okay. Now, me, you, and your daddy know what I'm talking about. Nobody else is going to know what I'm talking about. And I'm not going to put it out there because I don't need to put it out there. Okay. There was a reason why Showtime and the execs got psyched when you used to fight on Showtime. And it wasn't because you were a better prospect or a better fighter than all the other prospects. That's neither here nor there. I'm putting it out there so me and you know, because me and you, I'm letting you know that I know.
So basically, he's talking about what went on behind the scenes, the actual business that a lot of us don't know nothing, that none of us know anything about, how Devin Haney got on Showtime and this and that, Showbox and yada, yada, yada. Now, Paulie says he's in the know. He didn't want to come out and say it, but maybe he will come out and say it one day. I think I know what he's talking about because I've heard these things before, but I'm not going to comment on it. I really don't give a damn, but I got an idea exactly what he's talking about. Shout out to shout out to Pugilism, man. Who else? We got another super chat right here. Let me see. Trolls, I won't be paying you any attention. So if you trolling, you ain't got to worry about me paying you any attention. I will not. You can send your $2 super chat all you want. I will ignore your ass. And if you call, I'm not answering. Shout out to Irv.
Hey, okay.
Dropping that $2.99. Bam, super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Let's go.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
I'm gonna just let the calls come in and listen. I ain't taking no shit from nobody today, so I'm just letting you know. But I'm gonna be quiet and let y'all talk. Let's go.
There, and I was around those execs. Okay, moving on. You get the matchroom deal. You don't have to sign a long-term contract. Again, this is not even me hating on it. It's just literally the only difference between Paulie Malignaggi and Devin Haney, because then I had to fight constant 50-50 fights or fight constant fights where I was an underdog in the fights with the same style Devin Haney fights as then Devin Haney has to. Devin Haney still hasn't been in a 50-50 fight. Again, not to knock the Cambosos win. That's a big win. Doesn't matter. You don't control who the undisputed champion is. So I'm not taking that away from Devin Haney. Devin Haney is the undisputed champion, and he beat the guy that was in front of him who had the undisputed title. But other than that, bro, like, you didn't have this whole shenanigans where, like, you got to take these tough fights to get to where you got to get. You got to pick and choose the fights. You got to make them the right way because you had the money behind you from the very beginning. That makes a big difference.
Now Paulie knows something that a lot of us don't know. You know what I mean? As it relates to that, we don't know what goes on in the background. We don't know how fights get made. We don't know that. So I'm not going to sit and act like I know. You see what I'm saying? Like me, I'm in the know how this guy got in this position, how that guy got in that position, because I wasn't there. So I can't say. If he knows something that I don't know, then so be it. Got him the fights. Okay. All right, let's continue. It's almost over with. Then I'm gonna drop the phone lines.
And I'm only bringing this up because people are gonna look at my skin tone as the privileged kind, okay? And I'm not, and I don't like to play those games, okay? But being that every one of your fans breaks baits and brings the race issue into it because of what you said, unfortunately, even if, like I said, I don't blame what Devin Haney said. He was a young kid and he's trying to be controversial. Now the race thing is constantly stuck here, man. The race thing is constantly stuck here. And The fight in your weight class, that's a 50-50 fight, just happens to be against the Eastern European guy. You know what I mean? It's or the fight in your weight class where actually the guy's probably going to be favored to beat you if you fight him is against the Eastern European guy, which is coincidentally part of the controversy that I said 2 years ago. It just happens to fall that way. It's crazy. You know what I mean? It happens to fall that way. It's crazy. The funny thing about what you said 2 years ago, what Devin Haney said 2 years ago, is I thought he was talking about Luke Campbell anyway. I didn't think he was talking about Lomachenko at the time. But again, even Luke Campbell's a tougher fight even 3 years later than anybody Devin Haney is beating on his record. Literally, that Luke Campbell, not Luke Campbell now, but that Luke Campbell from 3 years ago is still better than anybody Devin Haney's fought at this point in his career. Right now, you've just watched part one.
All right, so that was part one. He got part two that he dropped. I'm not gonna play part two. Let me see how many likes we got. We need 5 more likes. I'll drop the phone lines, and we got to get over 300 before the show ends. So we need 5 more likes. I'll drop the phone lines, and we got to get over 300 before the show ends. Now I know who's here. We have Alphabet Boy. We have what I call the Wakanda niggas from the LDBC. They're over here. They're over here watching today. And I know that we have the homosexuals or whatever. They're over here watching today as well. So I know who is here. Call the show. Say what you got to say. I'm going to listen to you. I have my pen and my pad. I'm listening and I'm learning. I know you very well because I study you, right? I know both sides of the coin. Let the games begin. Phone lines is open. 530-494-9636. Let's go. Hold on, let me see what's up. Do I have a... Let me make sure. What do you guys think about what you heard from Paulie? It's going to be a good show today. I can promise you that. Yeah, I'm hooked up. First call. Okay, first call. Please turn on the noise in the background.
Can you hear me?
Yes, it's a lot of noise in the background.
Sorry about that.
All right, caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Call you back.
All right, call back.
Rob from.
All right. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What's good, Coach? This is Ron from Vermont.
Ron, talk to me.
What I got out of it is Paulie Malignaggi seems to have like an agenda. I think he really wants Devin Haney to fight Lomachenko, but I don't think Devin Haney should respond back to that. I mean, that's just his opinion. They trying to set him up with Lomachenko. If he doesn't fight Lomachenko, Devin Haney doesn't lose fans, I don't think, if he move up to 140. I feel like that division is it can be Lomachenko's division again because Shakur is there. But I just think they try to press him into fighting Lomachenko and put a bad name and try to put a stain on his resume that he already submitted. That's what I get out of it. He has a right to say what he want to say, but I just think it's a pillow fist of hate for real. I just think him and being a pillow fisted legendary boxer versus Haney's pillow fisted legendary status is being, it's being challenged. He's jealous. He's jealous to me. That's what I got to say about the interview.
All right. Shout out to Ron from Vermont. Ron said he's jealous. Okay, cool. Shout out to Lisa Bales in the building. There's so many people in this damn chat. Phone lines open 530-494-9636. 530-494-9636. G Funky, what's going on, fam? Salute to G Funky. Keena, what you say? You say Paulie definitely trying to bait Dev. He's already took the bait. As a matter of fact, let me go over here. Dev already took the bait. I think this is just probably fun to him. Devin Haney replied back to Paulie. He said, I'm everything Paulie wish he was. He been hating on me since the beginning. I'm not ducking or dodging nobody. I've been wanting to fight Loma since I was his mandatory. Now he said, now Paulina, get off. He said, get my D out your mouth. Get my D out your mouth, okay? That's Devin Haney reply on Twitter. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Yo, what's going on? This Keith Skills 113, man. Calling from Jersey.
What's your name is?
Keith Skills 113, calling from Jersey.
All right, Keith 113, calling from Jersey. Talk to me.
Yeah, I feel like, yeah, you're right. Paulie, he got his right to his own opinion, you know, and, you know, he was right on some things, but a lot of things he was way biased about.
Yeah.
And the romancing of Luke Campbell was just ridiculous. I mean, Luke Campbell was an all right fighter, but he wasn't all what Paulie talking about. But I really think Linares will knock out Luke Campbell. So, I mean, again, if they keep doing it again, after he done did it already. But I just feel like when it comes to the LDPC, whatever, what he's talking about, I think he's confusing, you know, biasness and you know, love for certain fighters as racism, because I don't see pure racism coming out of those channels. I see a lot of defending against racism. I see a lot of exposing a lot of the biasness and a lot of the double standards in boxing when it comes to racism. I don't see anybody saying, you know, we don't like Lomachenko because he's white. In fact, if the dude black, he's a huge Lomachenko fan, and he runs the show. So I think Paulie is getting, you know, because see, look, this is what I'm trying to say. Nobody says anything to Canelo when he says that he doesn't want to fight Mexicans. But if black people like black fighters and they protect black fighters, a lot of people look at it as racism, but we don't care when other people of other races do it. You can't say anything about Manny Pacquiao without a whole country coming at you. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like Paulie was right about a few things, but I feel like he's doing a little bit too much, and he never let go of that white boy comment that Devin Haney made back in the day. He never let go of that, and he came up with the white people are the dominant species thing he was talking. So I just feel like he really wants to see them fight, and he wants to get under Haney's skin. But, you know, he was right about some things, but he was extremely wrong about other things, man. Thank you.
I mean, shout out to Keith 113, man, from Jersey. Salute, man. Shout out to Alexander. Hey, okay. Dropping that $2. Bam, super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said Devin was never his man, though. That's false.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
All right, so this was going on Twitter. This is the real Devin Haney. You see it's to check by his name. He said, I'm everything that Paulie wish he was. He been hating on me since the beginning. I'm not decking or dodging nobody. I've been wanting to fight Loma since I was his mandatory. Now, Alexander says Devin Haney was not Lomachenko's mandatory. Devin Haney says he was the mandatory. So unless Alexander knows something that Devin Haney doesn't know, maybe Alexander knows something that Devin Haney doesn't know. I don't know. But according to Devin Haney, who is actually the fighter and fighting in the business, he said that he was Lomachenko's mandatory, and others say that he wasn't his mandatory. So, you know, I'll let you guys figure that out. But as right here, mandatory, and he has it in all caps. He said, now, Paulina, get my D out of your mouth. That's what he said. Phone lines open 530-494-9636. Let's go. Let's get this party started. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Fernando from New York.
Fernando from New York. Talk to me.
So, I don't know how credible this information is, but I think Devin Haney's top rank contract is structured where if he moves it to 140, he's got 2 fights. But if he stays at 135 and he completes the fight with Lomachenko, he's a free agent. Now, with that being said, why don't we just let the fight happen, which I believe there's a 65% chance of the fight happening. Devin Haney didn't say anything that shows it won't happen. And we'll look at the odds. Like, I don't know why. Like, I feel like it's going to happen. I feel like Top Rank wants it to happen, and I feel like it's a good fight. Why don't we just enjoy it for a good fight instead of all the toxic stuff? Like, Paulie's always been kind of like an emotional type of character in boxing. And, yeah, he states a lot of facts, but you got to be careful with what kind of energy you put into what you say. So I feel like it's going to happen. And I feel like in boxing, one of the best things about these sports books being legalized, we get to see the odds. So last week's pay-per-view card with Deontay Wilder and Haney, you got to see the odds. Let's see what the odds look like for Devin Haney and Lomachenko. It's a good fight. The fans win if the fight's happen. Why do you have to put so much energy? I'm not talking about your channel. I'm talking like Paulie and the people responding to Paulie, where they get like really, use curse words, a whole bunch of negative stuff. Let it happen. Let it play out. It's a good fight, and if you're really passionate about it, put some money on it.
Mm. I mean,
I feel like it's gonna happen.
Yeah. I mean, people have a right to feel the way they feel. You know what I mean? I get it. Everybody's passionate on their side, their team. I understand that very well, and I get it. I really do get it. But yeah, is there anything else you want to add to it, or that's it?
Guys, we know the quality. There's a basic index. There's a basic index on the quality of matchups you're getting, and you look at the odds. You look at the odds. So, like, when Savannah Marshall and Clarissa Shields fought, like, it was close, right? It was close. And with boxing, the way that I learned, like, the new way that I follow boxing, I look at the odds, and I enjoy it for what it is. And there's a lot of headlining cards where the odds are, it's like Deontay Wilder's too much of a favorite for this fight to go wrong, right? And Helenius is too much of a C-level fighter for an upset. But there's a way to enjoy boxing without all the other stuff. And one way that I do that is by looking at the index, which is the odds, it's the sports book.
Okay. All right. Shout out to Fernando from Newark. Salute, fam. We need 50 more likes to get over 300. Phone lines over 530-494-9636. Alexander said he never fought a final eliminator. Basic rules. I think I read that one already. And I responded to your last one via text. Shout out to Strategy. Hey, okay. Dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
What you say, fam? You say Canelo plus Lomachenko equals the franchise boys.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
Hey, that was a good one, fam. I got what you did there to play on words. When you said the franchise boys, I was thinking about the rappers, right? yeah, I got what you're going there. I got you. I was thinking about the rappers. I think that's why you bringing up the rappers.
True.
I thought he was talking about the rappers. Oh, man. God damn, boy. Well, I'm stupid at. I'm sitting there thinking about it there. But I got what you said. You talking about them French fries belts. Yeah, they made them French fries belts. That you hit the nail right on the head, fam. So anyway, so this is what's going on Twitter. Let's see what the people talking about. Let's see what the people talking about. Because we do this for other people, by the people, other people. You know what I mean? We represent the people. All right, let's see what we got right here. Oh, the sister right here, she eating no chill like Janet Jackson. Okay, Janet got the wig on. Adam's Boxing Show. These guys right here are out of I think they're out of the DC, Maryland area. Let me go ahead and read these super chats. Shout out to Am. Shout out to Wakanda Tax Collector. He said Am don't like Hearn. Why would Top Rank had gone to a purse bid with the zone match room for Haney? ESPN preferred in-house unification with Lopez. Easy work. Okay, all right. Shout out to Wakanda Tax Collector.
Hey, okay.
For dropping that 109. Bam! I don't know what the hell the currency that is. Is that? That's a peso? Those are pesos. I guess those pesos. I don't know. I'm not sure. Dropping that super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
I don't know what that is,
Super
fam, but I
chat
appreciate it.
received.
What kind of currency that is?
Boy.
Shout out to Earl.
Hey, okay.
Dropping that $2. Bam! Super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
What does that family say? Homosexuals are out defending Loma, ducking Haney. Hey, I told you guys, I already know what time of TI is. I already know what's going on. I've been on this path before on this particular. Well, not this path, because this is different. This is Paulie. This is Paulie Malignaggi. So, let's see. Adam's Boxing Show. He said just want to clarify in here for everyone. Paulie spoke on Devin, not Tank. Okay. Spoke on Devin, not Tank. Ron Boy Fresh in there. Oh man, let's see. I like to see what the people talking about. I like to see. I told you it be going down on Twitter, man. It be going down on Twitter. Twitter really be popping. YouTube lightweight in boxing. Twitter really be popping. Carter, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Chris the Greatest from Cali.
Chris the Greatest from Cali. Talk to me. Your phone sound muffled, so I can't really hear you.
Can you hear me well? Let me see. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you a lot better.
Yeah. I just wanted to chime in on the super chat you just picked.
Mm.
I think that there's a lot of legitimacy to that. And Devin Haney signed with the wrong promotional company.
Mm.
And I believe that Lomachenko and accepting the franchise title, that's through the promoter.
Mm.
And Devin Haney was blocked from getting that fight. It wasn't Loma being protected in that situation. And he never ducked Devin Haney. I agree with that last comment. That's all I was calling in for, Coach.
All right, shout out to Chris the Greatest from Cali. Salute to you, fam. Now, I wanna play a receipt for you guys. This receipt will add some clarity as to what everyone believes, what everyone thinks happened. All of this, Devin, Devin didn't duck Loma. Loma didn't duck Devin. This, that, yada, 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 blah, this, squaze. I think, and Mauricio Suleiman said this, and Mauricio Suleiman said that, and you got to listen to what Mauricio Suleiman said. So now, I heard a lot of this, right, in the past. What Mauricio says. The reason why I don't hold what Mauricio Suleiman says a lot is because he create belts out of thin air at will. As a matter of fact, I got a WBC. As a matter of fact, let me show y'all something. Shit. I got a W. Now you know what I'm not going to get. I got a WBC belt sitting right over there right now. He creates belts out of thin air. In my opinion, Mauricio Suleiman is the author of confusion. But I have a receipt right here. On Twitter. And I want you guys to see it and hear it. Especially you Lomachenko fans. If you're a fan of Lomachenko, you might want to hear this video. And this is not Coach Malachi Williams. This is not me, fixing the video. None of that. This is Mauricio Suleiman. Hold on, let me do this. Oh, you know what? I'm tripping. My bad, y'all. I'm tripping. Let's go here. I'll let you guys hear this. If you're a Devin Haney fan, or a Lomachenko fan, you want to listen to this video. As you can see, this is Mauricio Suleiman. Everyone agree this is Mauricio Suleiman, right? Let's see what Mauricio has to say. You guys didn't hear it. I know you didn't. Don't worry about it. Let me show y'all this right here. This Mauricio Suleiman right here. This is the video. Let's go.
And it's
how did you choose Lomachenko? Because
I did not choose him. He requested. Canelo requested. So we sent out a vote and we analyzed his history.
Canelo and Lomachenko requested?
Absolutely.
Ooh, he just made headlines.
Lomachenko.
He just made headlines.
Lomachenko, top rank, requested. And
so let's stop right here. Just in case people think that you're showing a picture of Mauricio Suleiman, but his lips are not moving. Coach, you are being a ventriloquist and you're throwing words over the microphone. Just in case people think that I'm being a ventriloquist and throwing words over the microphone, let me allow you to see Mauricio Suleiman lips move. I don't want nobody thinking I'm doing anything, okay?
How did you choose Lomachenko? Because
I did not choose him. He requested. Canelo requested. So we sent out a vote and we analyzed his history.
Canelo and Lomachenko requested?
Absolutely.
Ooh, he just made headlines.
Lomachenko.
He just made headlines.
Lomachenko, top rank, requested. And it's.
How did you choose Lomachenko? Because
I did not choose him. He requested. Canelo requested. So we sent out a vote and we analyzed his history.
Canelo and Lomachenko requested?
Absolutely.
Ooh, you just made headlines.
Lomachenko,
You just made headlines.
Lomachenko, top rank, requested, and let
Phone lines is open. 530-494-9636. 530-494-9636. Boxing scientist. He said Mauricio is a liar, though. How could they request something that doesn't exist? Again, I just throw it out there, guys. I let you guys decide what you want to believe or not. It's not my job. See, you know what I see going on, boxing scientists? People like to pick and choose who they want to believe and when they want to believe them when what they say fits their narrative. And this is what I notice. You can't believe what Rick Glazier say about pay-per-view numbers. He's a hater. He's this, he's that. But you'll believe Mike Carpenter and some other body did. If Mike Carpenter say something that you don't agree with, it's like people pick and choose when they want to believe some information, and everybody has a right to do that, including yourself, sir. Mauricio Sulaiman is a liar, though. That is true, but hey, that's what he said. That's what he said. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Martin from Oakland.
Martin from Oakland, talk to me.
Yeah, I just heard that shit Mauricio Sulaiman said.
Mm-hmm.
The man said it, but that man got a reputation for being a bullshit artist. Because, I mean, let's keep it real.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine a fighter? Let's say you run boxing, and I'm going to come up to you. Hey, coach, can you invent a belt out of thin air that has never existed in the history of your organization that I can wrap around my waist and I don't have to defend it against anybody?
Mm-hmm.
That shit don't make no type of sense. Who in their right mind's going to ask for that? Oh, and I got to pay sanctioning fees for that shit? It makes no type of sense other than this motherfucker looking at it like, hey, I'm going to milk this shit. If I can make 12 belts for 154, if I can make 12 belts for 160, if I can make 12 belts for 135, I'm going to do that shit. Because how is the motherfucking, chasing legacy going to fuck himself? Because technically, as far as the conduct is concerned, Loma fucked himself by taking that franchise bill. That shit don't make no type of sense. You would think, as the head of the sanctioning body, you'd be like, Blood, are you for real? Do you really want to do this shit? Do you know that if you take this bullshit as built, ain't nobody gonna recognize you as undisputed shit you win? You better reconsider that shit. I think motherfuckers just got played by a money-hungry motherfucker, and that's what it is. Mm-hmm. Now, if Mauricio Sulaiman said it, 100% he said it. But I think that's just him covering his ass, because at the end of the day, what's going to happen? Is Canelo going to turn around and be like, fuck you, Mauricio, take your belt back, you lying on me? If he does, he ain't undisputed. That's just my opinion, coach.
All right, man. Shout out to Martin from Oakland, man. Salute, fam.
That's up, coach.
That's up. Shout out to Jonathan Ramirez.
Hey, okay.
Dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Jonathan Ramirez said Mauricio also told Bill Haney in his face they requested Gamboa fight and Linares instead of Loma or another top fighter. So is that not a dub? This is the thing. I get both sides of the argument. You get what I'm saying? Based on what you just said, what Mauricio Sulaiman said to Bill Haney, I didn't see that interview. Jonathan. But based on what you just said, this is exactly both sides of the argument, right? You got one side is saying that, hey, we wanted to fight Lomachenko, but Lomachenko requested a franchise belt. And Lomachenko fans are saying, oh, well, he was chasing greatness. He wanted to fight a champion. Devin Haney didn't bring nothing to the table. Why even fight him? Didn't nobody duck him? And the franchise is a superior belt. I done been through this shit 1,000 times. I'm really tired of it. You know what I mean? I really don't like neither fan base. I don't like Haney fan base or Lomachenko fan base. Both of y'all, both groups are both y'all are the same to me. You get what I'm saying? Both y'all are the same to me. But I'm gonna say all that to say this. And I like Devin Haney and Lomachenko, but that's neither here nor there. The problem is this, and I've been consistent with saying this. Mauricio Sulaiman, Jonathan, is the author of confusion. Because Mauricio Sulaiman, in my opinion, is the one who created all of this confusion. Nobody is mad at Mauricio Sulaiman. Team Haney is mad at Lomachenko. Team Lomachenko is mad at Haney. But everybody gives Mauricio Sulaiman the pass. Can somebody tell me why?
True, true, true.
Can somebody tell me why? Everybody, all of this has one common denominator. Mauricio Sulaiman.
True, true, true.
And what a dude that, this one dude said that, I want to make sure, because I want to give you an opportunity to leave if you want to leave. I want to give you an opportunity to leave. I want to leave. Real Talk say this channel is starting to sound like LWBC Echo Chamber. Real Talk, guess what? If you want to unsubscribe, you can unsubscribe. And if you don't want to become a member anymore, you don't have to become a member anymore. If that's how you feel. I just want to throw that out there for you, partner, okay? If that's how you feel, and feel free to call the show. Call it, what's your name, where you calling from?
James Lee, Coach, what up with you, man?
I'm James Lee. Talk to me.
Hey, man. On the topic, but a little bit off the topic. I'm trying to see where to gauge everybody on how they feel that Loma is coming back, fighting a guy who's never fought at the 135-pound division, when there's a million guys that are in the 135-pound division that he could be fighting.
What is that?
Did you hear me?
Yeah, no, go ahead. I forgot the last part. You said 135 pound. What happened?
Yeah, I say I wanted to gauge on how the people felt about Loma coming back fighting a 130-pound fighter when there's 1,135-pound fighters for him to fight, which is in the division that he's fighting in.
Mm.
So
you talking about at the time he was at 130?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why he only picked one guy. I don't know. I have no idea. You know what I mean? I'll have to ask him. I don't know why he decided to fight one guy and then move up. Is that what you're talking about, right?
I'm talking about why how does everybody feel about Loma fighting a 130 pounder that's never fought in the 135 division? When there's a million other 135-pound division guys that are already there. Like I get what you're saying. You saying how does everybody feel? I don't know how everybody feels. I mean, that's subjective to the individual. You know what I mean? I can't speak for everybody. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of people always have a lot of stuff to say about, like, this guy is only fighting small guys, or this guy's only fighting. But if Loma is campaigning in the 135-pound division, why is he fighting a guy that isn't even ranked in the 135 division to come back and fight? So I guess that's cool. I guess that's cool because that's Loma.
I mean, this is the thing, right? This is the thing, because I'm seeing a couple of you Loma-sexuals over here, and I want to explain something to you. Hey, James, anything else you want to say?
No, that's good. That's it, brother.
All right, let me go. Shout out to James Lee. Warning, warning, warning. If you are a Loma-sexual and you are offended about what I'm talking about today, get the fuck off the block. Warning, warning, warning. If you are a Devin Haney sexual and you don't like what I'm talking about today, get the fuck off the block. Want you to understand something. I don't give a fuck about no fanboys. I don't give a fuck about the white fanboys. I don't give a fuck about the Hispanic fanboys. I don't give a fuck about the black fanboys. I don't give a fuck about the Asian fanboys. You bring your bitch ass over here every day for a reason. If you are a fanboy and you don't like what I'm talking about, get the fuck off the block. I don't give a fuck about no homosexuals. I want you to understand that. And I don't give a fuck about no Devin Haney fanboys. I don't like neither one of you motherfuckers, to be honest with you. So I'm letting you know, if you have a problem with what we talking about today, get the fuck off the block. If you are a member and you are a homosexual, and you don't like what I'm talking about, get the fuck off the block and don't become a member anymore. I don't need you over here. okay? If you are a Devin Haney fanboy, if you are a member and you don't like what I'm talking about, get the fuck off the block. I don't need you over here. I'm a good marketer. I will replace your ass. Everybody gets body. So other than that, that's all I have to say. Listen to the content. If you don't like it, holler. I'll hit the phone line because you got so much to say in the chat, but your ass scared to call his phone number. Call the phone number. I want to hear from you. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Shout out to Texas Bulldog for dropping that $2. Bam, super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about you if you're a member or not. You can leave, nigga. I don't need your money. I'm good. You can leave. I'll replace your ass. Whoever it is. It don't matter who it is. What race, nationality it is. I don't care. I don't give a fuck about you. Remember that. Texas Bulldog, he said people believe what they want to. Loma vacated the WBC belt.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
Yeah, these motherfuckers act like some bitches in the chat, dog. They getting on my goddamn nerves today. For real, though. I ain't got no patience today. I swear I ain't got no patience today. Not today. Call into the show. You got something to say, nigga? Don't talk on the chat. Call his phone line. Shout out to Food Revolution. Hey, okay. Dropping that quarter of a bam, dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
What to say, Food Revolution? You say does the WBC collect sanctioning fees for the franchise belt? You know what, Food Revolution? I have no idea, sis. I have no idea. You know, I would believe so they do. I would believe so they do. But I really don't have any proof on it, sis, to be honest with you. Again, like Mauricio Suleiman is the author of confusion. Like, and anybody who's been watching me for like the past almost 2 years, I've been adamant about this whole thing.
Unknown caller.
About this French fries belt. I say this French fries belt is the author of confusion. I've been adamant about that. I have receipts on everything I said. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What's going on, Coach? It's a Texas Bulldog, man.
Texas Bulldog, talk to me.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna keep it brief, man. But I found it amusing how fast people turn on you as soon as you play audio of something that's based in reality. It came out the man's mouth, man. If you don't like what the man said, that's something different. You can't just, I believe this. I don't care what he said. Like, it's crazy how fast they turn on you, man. And at the end of the day, Mauricio Suleiman said it. Loma vacated the WBC, and he's also on video stating that Devin Haney is the true WBC champion. So people can take that and do what they want to do with it. Me and you don't always agree on everything, man, but when you're an impartial viewer and you truly love the sport of boxing, at some point you got to base your beliefs in reality, and I think we can agree on that.
Yeah, I mean, as a Texas Bulldog, you got a lot of wind in the background, but thank you for calling in, fam. Salute to you. Yeah. Texas Bulldog said that it's amazing how they turned on you. For all of those who turned on me, I want you to understand something. I don't give a fuck about you. I swear to God, I don't care nothing about you turning on me. Like, can anyone tell me anything that I said? Nothing. As soon as I played that Mauricio Suleiman video, the niggas' thumbs went to itching in their little booty hole. It's two things you can do. You can leave and unsubscribe. And if you're a member, renounce your membership. I ain't asked you to come over here. I don't give a fuck about you. I really don't. Leave, nigga. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What's going on, Coach? I'm a YouTuber. Bud Crawford, BTG Respect. My name's Frank calling out of Philly.
Frank calling out of Philly. Talk to me.
What's going on, Coach?
What's good?
I appreciate what you do for the community. I'm a YouTuber myself. I got a YouTube channel called, it's called Bud Crawford BTG Respect. I mean, it's not a fanboy channel. It's just a channel
of the phrase that Earl Spence said when he seen Crawford. So I just created that channel with the phrase, Bud Crawford beats Eagle Spence. But speaking on what you was talking about with Devin Haney and Paulie Malignaggi, I feel like it's just jealousy when it comes to what Paulie is saying about Devin Haney, because at the young age of 23 years old, for him to become undisputed, the youngest undisputed champion right now, is very impressive. No matter who he fought or how he got to that spot, it's a very, impressive accomplishment at that age, because at that age, like, look at his peers. At that age, look at guys like Keyshawn Davis and them. They ain't get to that status yet. Devin Haney is the top dog right now. I feel like it's just a little jealousy on Paulie Malinaggi's part.
Yeah, Paulie Malinagi feels some type of way about Devin Haney. I think that's obvious. He doesn't like Devin Haney. I think that's obvious. You can hear it when he talks and speaks in his voice. I think that's obvious. But Paulie Malinagi has a right to feel the way he feels, just like Devin Haney and whoever supports him have a right to feel the way they feel. I don't trip about fighters and ex-fighters not liking each other. This don't have to be no big kumbaya. But I am addressing what you're saying. You're right about that. It does seem like he has something personal with Devin Haney, whatever that may be, and he can't hide that. You see what I'm saying? I don't know what it is.
Right.
I don't know if it's because Devin Haney said I never let a white boy beat me. I don't know, because he did mention that in that video. He said that. So I don't know what it is. Whatever the reason is, it is what it is. I just want to let the people hear what he had to say. Play the video, what Mauricio Suleiman said. And I think I wanted to show what the people are talking about in the chat on Twitter. And all this other shit, yeah, I don't care nothing about that. I really don't. But anything else you want to say, Frank, for Philly?
No, that's pretty much it. I appreciate what you do for the boxing community. You one of the realest channel on you, one of the thoroughest channel on here, and keep doing what you're doing. Appreciate you.
Yeah, shout out to you, fam. They never called into the show. They never called into the show. They never called into the show. Wow. Phone lines up with 530-494-9636. Want some smoke? Want it all, baby. Let's go. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
It's Adrian from D-Block, D-Town, D.C. Adrian from D-Block, D.C. to D-Town.
Adrian, talk to me.
Man, you know what? All this hate going around, like you say, Coach, you can't be fanboy. So I said to myself, look, God, forgive me if I've been a Devin Haney fanatic. Forgive me if I love Lomachenko. Forgive me if I love my actual boxers that want to fight other competition, up tier competition. Yeah. Forgive me, Lord, because I hate on Tank Davis because he don't fight nobody. Forgive me, Lord, because he brings people up in weight and he only fights mediocre fighters at 140. Forgive me, Lord. I must be a real fanatic. But guess what? Guess what we talking about? We're talking about something that's going to happen in the future. Lomachenko, Devin Haney, it's going to happen. I don't care about all this race baiting from Blue Blood Sports. I don't care about all these people going against Paulie Malignaggi. Paulie might have something against Haney. You're right. He might have some bad blood with him and all this and that.
No, he does.
Paulie makes
he definitely does.
Yeah, that's cool. And I respect that. But guess what? You got to respect him as a man and as a boxer because he was in the ring. Everybody else can always talk all that smoke, but they've never been with two gloves in the ring. And I respect you, Coach, because you've been in the ring. So I can understand that. But when Blue Blood try to talk shit about race baiting and all this stuff, and then at the end of the day, Paulie Malignaggi is talking about Stevenson will end up with all the title belts at the end of the day after Lomachenko beats Haney. At the end of the day, he still has a brother with him. So I don't know where that race crap came from. You know what I mean? Don't you hate that, Coach?
Well, Blue Blood Sports TV, and I can't speak for the brother, so I'm not going to try to speak for him. But
yeah, a lot of I know what he does.
Yeah, a lot of people feel a certain type of way about Paulie. A lot of people feel that Paulie is racist. Yep. A lot of people feel a type of way about him. So I can't speak. You asked me a question, so let me respond. I can't speak for Blue Blood Sports TV, nor would I even try to. But a lot of people feel some type of way about him. You get what I'm saying? Now, I don't know what Blue said. I don't know what he said. You see what I'm saying? So I can't really sit back and comment on something that I didn't hear him say. You see what I'm saying? Whatever you heard is whatever you heard. But my thing is this. Everybody has a right to say whatever the hell they feel, whether you agree with it or not. People call this show all the time. They say shit I totally disagree with. But what I'm not going to do, I'm not going to drown them out and not allow them to speak. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to say what's on my mind at all. I'm going to say what's on my mind at all times. You see what I'm saying? I don't give a damn.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to be down with nobody. I ain't trying to be friends with nobody. I really don't give a damn. And I will curse a motherfucker out in a minute. If they don't want to be over here, they can leave. But I say all that to say this. However blue bloods feel, that's how he feel. There's nothing that I can say or you can say, anybody can say can change that. However you feel, Adrian, is how you feel. There's nothing no way can do to change that. So let's just respect each other's opinion. If you don't respect it, we can agree to disagree. That's it. That's all I have to say about it. But what say you?
All right. One more thing, and I'm done, because I know you got all these people behind you, and I respect that. One more thing real quick. Devin Haney has proven himself. Like I've told you plenty of times, Coach. Shakur Stevenson has proven himself plenty of times, Coach. Lomachenko, for his second fight, he fought Jorge Solido that everybody makes fun of him because he lost. But then after that, guess what? He still got a title fight with Gary Russell Jr. that Tank Davis never wanted to fight. And he still beat Gary Russell Jr. And then he kept on fighting Nicholas Walters. He kept on fighting elite fighters. Not everybody, because not everybody can beat everybody. You know what I mean? When you try to talk down about Lomachenko, when you try to talk down about all these fighters and you give praise to another fighter, like you say, know what you're talking about. Because at the end of the day, two-time Olympic gold medalist, second fight going for a world title. He lost that fight. And guess what? Third fight fought Gary Russell Jr. and beat the WBC champion. That's all I got to say, Coach. Keeping it peace. D-Town, D-Black. Baltimore, where you at?
Shout out to Adrian. Anybody want to call in? What to do? Alexander, why you typing in the chat? Why don't you call the show? Call the show, Alexander. I want to hear from you. Call the show. I want to hear from you. Please call the show. I appreciate the watch time hours, but call the show. Call the show. That'll be my last time acknowledging you. Call the show. Let's see what else we got. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, yo, what up, Coach? What up, Coach? Gamo talking in from LA.
Gamo from LA, talk to me.
Hey, yo, props to Devin for defending his belt. What Tio failed to do, he did defend him. He was successful. But Lomachenko, they call him White Jesus, the Matrix, a.k.a. High Tech, would have got Kambosos out of there in 10 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
First fight. Lomachenko can get around Devin's jab. He can overwhelm Devin. He got the footwork. He's a good inside fighter off the clinch.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, DHP and Bill, they're going to move up to 140. They're going to avoid the fight because it's a lose-lose situation. At the end of the day, when they look at it, and it's business. At the end of the day, it was a business move by a businessman first. So they're going to duck the Lomachenko fight because it's risky.
Mm-hmm.
It's too risky. And Devin's not going to stop Lomachenko. Devin is a fundamentally sound fighter, great counterpuncher, sound, but he's not a killer. He's not coming in there, coming forward, fighting off the front foot, coming forward, just pressing you back whole fight. Lomachenko, he's not the best off the back foot, but he's going to come forward.
Mm-hmm.
Devin hasn't seen those angles. He doesn't have the power Tio has that he can press Loma off. I just believe Lomachenko is still solid at 135, until he's like 36 years old. I believe he's still got a lot left. He's still elite. Shout out to Court, but regarding this whole fight, regarding this whole Paulie thing, they're just talking about it to get the traction and all that with boxing hype right now. But I just want to see the fights. I want to see, this is the fight. I want to see DHP, Devin Haney versus the Matrix, High Tech, the Ukrainian assassin. You know what I mean? I want to see. I need it. And I pray to God before Bob Arum dies to give me this fight. Just one more. Just give me this one, Bob, and you're good. You're good. You're good to me.
All right, shout out to Gamo from LA.
Thank you, Coach. Hey, West Coast. West Coast, Los Angeles, Team Pacquiao, baby.
Yes, sir. West Coast, Team Pacquiao. I got you. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, Coach Giovanni from Jersey. How you feeling, baby?
Giovanni from Jersey. Talk to me, fam.
All right, this is the thing, man. At the end of the day, I just feel like a lot of boxing fans and casuals get caught up in dumb shit. This person said this person about this person. Paulie don't like fucking Devin Haney. So what?
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck if Paulie don't like Devin Haney. I just want to see Loma and Devin Haney fight. And regardless of he had the franchise belt and Devin Haney was the email champ, all this dumb shit is irrelevant. Makes no sense to me and has no basis in the ring. Let's get these motherfuckers in the ring to fight.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? It's
that's what it is. That's what it is. Let's get them in the ring to fight. Because my thing is this here.
Damn.
I'll let you talk. Go ahead. Sorry about that.
Nah. It's just I get so upset and it frustrates me. Man, this shit make my hemorrhoids flare up, man. Thinking about this shit, man. These motherfuckers.
He said
it's so much. Man, it's like, yo, I'm telling you, man, it's so hard, man, because these motherfuckers be like talking so much shit about each other. And it's like, this person said this, and my trainer said he gonna beat him, and my sister said he gonna fight him tomorrow. And it's like, it's so much bullshit and misinformation that it's like, I don't even care anymore. Like, just tell me when to fight. Tell me when there's a presser. Tell me when these guys are gonna get in the ring. Please. Somebody please help me. And let's stop with all this bitchery. That's all it is.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, that's all it is. Because at the end of the day, again, we have a boxing criteria over here. And we have commandments. I'm going to read the commandments and run these fanboys off the block. I need to run them off the block. They need to be purged. But I'm going to read the commandments right now in a few. We have commandments over here. And what I see a chat full of commandment violators, right? And I be asking myself, damn, why do they subscribe to my channel? I'm not pro your fighter. I'm not pro your YouTube channel. I'm literally the total opposite of all of these guys. And I want to explain something to you, Giovanni.
Yes,
last year, this is what I went through last year. Last year, I went to war with several different boxing communities. I went to war with the Lomosexuals. I went to war with the Wilder fan base. I went to war with the Tyson Fury fan base. I went to war with the Teofimo Lopez fan base. And Teofimo Lopez is my favorite fighter at 135. Because of my criticism of these fighters. And I had a couple of Manny Pacquiao fans and stuff like that. So I have the black fans say that I'm a cool Uncle Tom sellout for the whites and Hispanics. I have the Hispanic fan base of some of these fighters say, oh man, you racist towards the Mexicans. I have even though Teofimo wasn't Mexican, I have the Asian fan base say, man, you racist towards the Asians. I have the white fan base, and this is of not all, but just some of them, the Furies and the Lomachenkos, say you racist against the whites. So I have successfully pissed off 4 different races or nationalities of people online.
Wow.
You know what I tell them, Giovanni?
Fuck you.
Fuck you. Why the fuck you? Why the fuck you here? But guess what? 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Guess where they at, Giovanni?
Right here.
They right here watching. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to Giovanni. Salute to you, fan. Jersey in the house.
All right, man. God bless.
Yes, sir. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What up, Coach? It's Drew out in L.A.
Drew from L.A. Talk to me, fam.
I'm just laughing on Twitter right now, Coach. Ron Boy Fresh and Errol Spence going back and forth. They're spinning the narrative right now, Coach. They're coming out with this Errol Spence tweeting about Crawford to distract from how shitty that Wilder fight did. Remember after Canelo Triple G fought, the whole 2 weeks after that, it was, Canelo flop. Now we're going to talk about Crawford and Spence when nobody want to talk about Wilder. I'm just cracking up. Ron Boy going at Errol, and Errol responded. It's hilarious. The spin job's in full effect, Coach.
Man, you know what it is, man. Drew, thank you for calling in, fam. Salute to you, my brother. Take you out there. Yay, West Coast, y'all. West Coast. West Coast. I got to go back out there to L.A. Shout out to Barlow. Barlow, what's going on?
Hey, okay.
Dropping that $2. Bam, super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Guess I'm the nigga they love to hate, but they love to watch me. He say, Loma is no good. He say, no, Loma is no God. Gods don't lose with mortals. I mean, Lomachenko is a damn good fighter. You see what I'm saying? Lomachenko is one of my favorite fighters. He's a bad boy. I love the way he fights. It's just the fan bases are something.
Down from the bar, There's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
It's the boxing scientist from California.
The boxing scientist from California. Talk to me.
Yeah, so I just want to ask you, maybe you can make sense of this mess, right? Because the WBA created this mess first, right? But nobody had a problem with it till the WBC did it. So how come fans can't keep that same energy? Like, isn't Devin Haney the WBA super champ?
Man, you know what, man? I don't even know. I think he's the super champ, the regular champ, and the French fries champ. I don't even know, bro. Like, I think he got all 3 WBC belts. I think they have a regular belt. They might have a super belt, and they might have a French fry. I know they got a French fries belt. So whatever WBC top belts that they have, I think he has all of them, 3 different versions of them. So I don't even know, bro. Like all of this shit got me confused. Mauricio Suleiman is the one who everybody should be looking at, and no one is looking at him. So it is what it is. But go ahead. Say what you need to say, fam.
Yeah, no, I just don't understand why fans can't keep that same energy, right? It was when the WBC made the franchise belt, which is the equivalent of the WBA super champion belt, all of a sudden it's a problem. And you know what I think it is, Coach? I think it depends. You know, if the belt is held by a certain boxer that these fanboys are a fan of, then it's okay. But if it's a fighter they don't like, then that belt ain't the real belt. It's a trash belt, you know?
Yeah, it's subjective. It's subjective to the individuals, and this is what I'm saying. Like, it's subjective to the individuals. If you like the guy, then he can do no wrong. If you don't like the guy, then there's nothing he can do that you can give him credit for. And this is typical fanboy behavior. When you have an overly extreme emotional attachment to a particular fighter, this is what happens. We have commandments over here, and I'm finna read these motherfuckers. Hey, anything else you want to say?
Oh no, that's it, man. I just wish these fans would keep the same energy, but you know, what can we do, Coach? You know, thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, shout out to the boxing scientist. Salute, fam. Yeah, I'm gonna read these commandments. These commandments gonna run their ass off the block. I know how to get rid of them. I know how to get rid of them. We get rid of them with the commandments. I know how to get rid of them. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What's up, Coach? This is Swift 718 from Brooklyn.
True 718 from Brooklyn. Talk to me.
How's everything, Coach?
I'm doing good.
I'm hearing a lot of stuff today. It's kind of crazy. People worshiping Bob Arum, people worshiping Devin, people worshiping Lomachenko. We all have the right to feel how we feel about these guys.
Yeah, that's true.
But for people to say Devin Haney's going to duck, I got a problem with that because Devin Haney has no history of ducking any smoke.
Mm.
Say what you want about him. He's never had a history of ducking smoke. Lomachenko has a history of not fighting his mandatory, which was Devin Haney, and taking the French Fries Championship. Canelo has a reputation of taking a French Fries Championship as well. There's a lot of fighters here ducking smoke. Teofimo didn't want to smoke with Devin Haney. Ryan Garcia definitely didn't want to smoke with Devin Haney. Why is everybody saying Devin Haney's the ducker? I don't get it. All right, Coach, thanks for everything.
Shout out to
Great show.
2718 from Brooklyn. Salute to you, fam. Shout out to you, my brother. Salute to you, fam. Hold on, I'm gonna get these motherfucking commandments up. This is what I need to do. Over here at New Media Today, USA Boxing, we have something called commandments. And this is another thing too. Fanboys get upset with me when I don't count for their fighter. When you know my criteria, I have a boxing criteria. I hate fanboys with a passion. I don't care nothing about your money. I don't care nothing about your memberships. I don't care nothing about none of that. I've been through this before. As a matter of fact, it might have been around this. As a matter of fact, it's been around this same time, about a year ago. So I don't mind purging and starting over again. We have over 16,000 subscribers in less than 2 years. Apparently, I know what I'm doing. So let's get into this. Let's get into this. Fuck it. Let's get into this. Commandment. These are the 16 commandments of the boxing gods. Commandment number 1. Thou shalt not fanboy for a particular fighter. Commandment number 2, thou shalt not deride for a promotional company or a promoter. Commandment number 3, thou shalt not be a manager or promoter of any fighter. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to add another commandment. Commandment number 5, I'm going to add 17 commandments. The 17th commandment would be this. If you have a problem with me and you don't like my content, there's 2 things you can do. No, there's 3 things you can do. You can leave, unsubscribe, and don't come back. I will not kiss your ass for a subscribership. I will not kiss your ass to join the membership. I don't do that. Not over here. And the 4th thing you can do, if you got so much to say in the chat, please have the nuts to call the show. Don't be in the chat. Oh, yo, whole ass nigga, yeah, goddamn it, I don't like your ass. Yeah, you said something on you said something that I didn't agree with about my fighter, yada, yada, yada. You ain't had no business playing that video what Mauricio Suleiman said. Why you played that video what Mauricio Suleiman said, but you won't call the show? So I know you's a bitch. But guess what? Thank you for your watch time hours, and you're going to be back here again tomorrow at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
True, true, true.
Because I'm good at what I do. Commandment number 4, thou shalt not pocket watcheth a fighter's money. Commandment number 5, thou shalt not talk boxing without facts. Commandment number 6, thou shalt not get too emotionally invested in a particular fighter. Commandment number 7, thou shalt not criticize a fighter for cherry picking when your favorite fighter is cherry picking. Commandment number 8, thou shalt not condone any elite fighter ducking another elite fighter. Commandment number 9, thou shalt not speaketh of back-end money. Commandment number 10, thou shalt not tweet shit on Twitter for your favorite fighter. Commandment number 11, thou shalt not threaten people on YouTube if they disagree with you. Commandment number 12, you know what? I feel like I'm talking to a bunch of children. Fanboys are like children. No matter how much you read on the rules, they still can't get it. That's what I feel like. Commandment number 12, thou shalt not speak of the undisputed if your favorite fighter has the French fries belt, aka better known as the franchise belt. Commandment number 13, thou shalt only have permission to be a fanboy of an old school fighter. This is the only exception to the rules. Examples are Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Robinson, Marvelous Marvin Hagler, Sugar Ray Leonard, the great Salvador Sanchez, Julio Cesar Chavez, Rafael Benitez, you know what I mean? And et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Exuma Nelson, and Rocky Marciano, Jack Dempsey, and so on and so on and so on. Commandment number 14, thou shalt not race bait to push a personal narrative. Commandment number 15, thou shalt not have a victimhood mentality and play the race card when you don't get your way. Commandment number 16, thou shalt not violate any other commandments under no circumstances. And commandment number 17, if you just simply don't like me and don't like what I do, why are you over here watching me? Like, who takes the time out of their day to watch someone who they don't like every goddamn day of their lives? Make it make sense.
True, true, true.
Whole lot of motherfuckers I don't like. I don't watch them. And last but not least, these are the commandments that all of our subscribers must follow in order to be a subscriber of this channel. If you can't follow these rules, guess what? This is not the channel for you.
True, true, true.
And these commandments are not race specific. Doesn't matter. Anybody can get it over here. Anybody can get it. I hope I made myself clear. Let me go ahead and repost these commandments. Gotta repost them shit. Hold on, guys, hold on. Gotta repost these commandments. These niggas thongs, they thongs go to they thongs go to itching. When they thongs go to itching, you gotta put them in line sometime. Come on, all right. Okay. And let me go ahead and repost. Let me go ahead and repost. Phone lines open, man. 530-494-9636, man. Y'all, let's get these likes up. We need 52 more likes. 52 more likes. We need 52 more likes. Couple of them don't left already. We got under 500 now. Couple of them don't left already. Couple of them don't left already. One dude, he loved me so much, he'll watch the whole show every day. Only reason I don't block you is because, you know, you're funny to me. You're funny to me. You do everything in your power to get my attention. You're funny to me. Shout out to Earl. Hey, okay. Dropping that $2. Bam, super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Earl said, I don't know. He said, I don't know. Was you preaching? Is this the church? Yes, this is the church. This is the church. This is the church. Yes, it is. Do you like church, Earl? Do you like church? This is the church. Yes, it is. Shout out to Texas Bulldog crying, laughing. Shout out to Arlette. William says a love-hate relationship. Yeah. King KO, he said, you're talking about Jason Moans, coach? Oh, yeah, Jason Moans. Jason Moans is my biggest fan. Jason Moans is my biggest fan. Boy, he got about 3, 4. Hey, Jason Moans got about 4 or 5 different accounts. I think he's a little kid. I think he's a little kid. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Don from Baltimore.
What's your name?
Don, C-O-N.
Yeah, Don from Baltimore. Talk to me.
Yeah, I guess, you know, we come by request. God wanted to know where Baltimore was at.
Who me?
I said, we on paper. No, the guy called in, I guess a few callers ago. Said, Baltimore, where you at?
Baltimore, where you at? Oh, yeah.
We on pay-per-view. Where you at? You know what I mean? Nobody got no ESPN Plus.
Go ahead and talking shit. The brother, you talking about Drew from Dallas. He called and talked this trash about B-More. You talk your trash, man. Go ahead. I let him talk. You talk. Say what you gonna say.
No. That's pretty much it. You know, because the way I see it, how it's going to boil down to is pretty much Tank and Lil Pop, Shakur anyway.
Yeah.
You know, going into, as far as this generation, I don't know about the young up and comers, but as far as these guys right now, when it comes down to Lomachenko and Haney, and I pretty much is going to boil down to him and Tank, because as far as Tank not fighting anybody, I think that was more or less that Mayweather had him on a money train.
Yeah.
You know, but at this point in time, he had left him. If he's not fighting the real guys at this point in time, I don't know what to say, because nobody's fighting anybody. We can see now with Bud and Spence.
Yeah.
So guys really aren't fighting. I don't know what's going on with that these days anyway. But like I said, when everything boils down, I pretty much think it'll be him and Shakur. What you think?
I don't know, man. I do know from what I'm seeing, it looks like Tank is getting ready to fight Ryan Garcia. I don't know how true that is, but from what I've saw, Tank, from what Tank has been saying on Twitter, he's not with Mayweather Promotions anymore, which is a good. I'm gonna tell you why is that good in twofold. Because Tank has a reputation of not fighting the best competition in the weight division. Because Floyd Mayweather is saying that, we don't believe in making another promoter rich. We fight in-house fights, yada, 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 yada. And it's been making Tank look real bad. Like, he's cherry picking and ducking, don't want to fight the top guys. So the only way you can clear that up, Tank is going to have to separate himself. I ain't saying leave PBC, nothing like that. But I'm saying he's going to have to become more assertive. Now that he's not in the shadow of Floyd Mayweather anymore, and according to Showtime, I think that what my main man is, Stephen Espinosa said that Tank Davis, they have an exclusive rights deal or something with Tank Davis. If that's true, then guess what? It just Tank Davis Promotions, TDP or something like that. Whatever Tank Davis promotion the company is, it's him and Showtime, and they're gonna be the one to negotiate that fight. I think that's a beautiful thing, because that'll be very, very big. You see what I'm saying? And as long as as long as Leonard Ellaby and those guys are not in the way, and if Tank really want these fights, he doesn't have any excuses anymore, because he'll be 28 years old next month in November. You get what I'm saying? So that's how I see it. I think it's promising that now that he doesn't have Mayweather or Leonard Ellaby, in the way, that maybe I think it's promising that he'll be able to hopefully get these other fights with these other like Shakur Stevenson, like Ryan Garcia, maybe even a Devin Haney or Lomachenko. I don't know. We'll see.
I definitely agree. I hope those guys really get it on. I have one more question for you, and now I'll just hang up and listen to your answer.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
A guy was saying a couple callers ago that you were actually a fighter. So I've never fought no, but I've always wondered, how does it go down with the mandatory in terms of you can have a guy that's the WBC champion and another guy that's the WBA champion, if you will, and none of them are on the other's top 10, as far as the top 10 fighters in that conference. How does it work with being the mandatories? Like, for instance, Bud and Earl Spence, they should be each other's mandatory no matter what, the way they've been doing it for these amount of years. So I just like to know, how does it work with the mandatories and why these guys really aren't, at worst, mandatory to fight each other?
Yeah, I don't even know, bro. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, because these sanctioned bodies, again, I fought boxing in amateurs when I was a teenager. We talking about 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93. So, that was that was a long time ago. But I mean, he on the phone up. Let's give him a round of applause. But shout out to Don for being more. But as it relates to the politics of boxing, as I said before, guys, these sanctioned bodies do what they want to do when they want to do them. You see, with Mauricio Sulaiman, this guy literally invents belts every day. Like, my dog Cookie has a belt. My rabbit Hippity has a belt. I have a belt. And, so he creates belts every day. So I think the things that are confusing is these sanctioned bodies, they have rules, right? But they don't abide by their own rules. And then their rules say it's subject to change at any moment, any time. Their rules are subject to change at any moment, any time. So what happens is, it's like, okay, damn, it ain't like you got one set of rules. It's like, you make a different set of rules, when you want to, depending on what the situation is. You create belts when you want to, depending on what the situation is. So I think that's what's the confusion. If these sanctioning bodies just did what they initially said that they were going to do, according to their rules, there won't be no problems. I've said this time and time again. And I'm going to keep saying this because it seems like a lot of people don't get it. Mauricio Sulaiman, in my opinion, is the author of confusion. Now, I know what people say about the WBA Super Belt back in the 2000s. That was the early 2000s. I think 2000, 2001. I think they gave that to Lennox Lewis. I get what you're saying. But 21, 22 years later, hell, not even that, because they created the franchise. I call it the French fries belt. French fries in 2018 for Canelo. And then they created it again for Lomachenko a couple years later, something like that. My thing is this. Why the sanctioning bodies, in particularly Mauricio Sulaiman, changes the rules all the time? And my argument with people who say, well, Mauricio Sulaiman said this and Mauricio Sulaiman said that. You're right. Mauricio Sulaiman says a plethora of things. The double standard is this. A lot of you guys, you like to pick and choose when you want to use Mauricio Sulaiman's argument. When Mauricio Sulaiman says something that fits your narrative, you like to refer to Mauricio Sulaiman. He's the president of the WBC. You got to listen to him. But then as soon as Mauricio Sulaiman says something counter to your narrative, then you say, oh man, we can't believe Mauricio Sulaiman. Coach, you hating. Why you played that video? Wait a minute. Now you don't want to believe Mauricio Sulaiman. Yesterday you told me we got to believe what he say, but today when I play the video of what he said, that contradicts, that goes totally against your narrative, now it's a problem.
True.
Make it make sense. TJ. Where my dog at? TJ, make it make sense, fam. Shout out to Smith West. He say he did what he was supposed to do at 35. Drop them bitches to move up. Hey, Smith West, you feel me? Smith West, you've been with me for a minute. Smith West, you've been with me, I think, before I had 1,000 subscribers. You've been on the panel with me before. Hey, you get what I'm saying, though? They pick and choose. Bro, listen, what do? I point out the double standards and the hypocrisies of fanboys. This is an anti-narrative channel. As soon as you don't push what they want you to push, they get mad at you. So my thing is, if you're mad, why are you here? Like I don't been through this before. If you're mad, why are you here? There's a bunch of YouTube channels you can go to. So this is the thing, right? And these dudes kill me. And I listen, I can't stand fanboys. I can't. Because I used to be one myself. I used to be a fanboy myself. So I know what it's like to be like that. And this is why I detest it so much. You say, coach is what you say, coach, it's all Modern King fault. Oh, okay. In my opinion, what you say, coach, if Devin drops them belts and move up, Bob will overmatch him if he can. I mean, you know, Devin Haney is a world-class fighter. If he move him up, if Devin Haney drop those belts and move up, he's not gonna get no sympathy from me. If Devin Haney is who his fans say he is, if they move up, and guess what? There's some killers at 140. Guess what? He got to fight them killers. He don't get no pass. No fighter gets a pass, regardless of who they is. You get what I'm saying? Nobody gets a pass. None. And I tell you guys time and time again, if you tell me your fighter is King Kong, his ass better be fighting Godzilla. If you tell me your fighter is He-Man, he better be fighting Skeletor. If you tell me your fighter is Lion-O, he better be fighting Mum-Ra. I tell you guys this time and time again. This ain't the witness protection program for your favorite fighter. Phone lines, radio silent. They won't even call into the show.
True.
Oh, spoke too soon. Phone line, somebody just called in. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What's up? This is O from Cali.
O from Cali, talk to me.
Yeah, I was just listening in. A caller might be like 3 calls ago. This is how he was sounding, man. Like when you a fanboy, it just like your fighter do no wrong. It kind of just went over his head. He said, "Oh, Loma lost to Salido, but next fight he received another chance to get a title and beat Gary Russell Jr." I'm like, how does that? In what world does that happen? When a fighter loses a title fight and then turns around and fights for another title. It's just, but Loma is a good fighter. Great amateur background. You know, it didn't help him too much in the pros to keep some losses off his record, but he's still a good fighter. And this fight, Devin Haney will be a weight bully. I do have Devin Haney winning. Loma's a small guy for 135, but it's still a good fight to make. And everybody should want to see this fight. And I think that's the only fight to make because Josh Taylor, another monster at 140, he dropped his belt. So that would be the only reason I would say Devin Haney dropped the belt or use the belts to challenge the next guy, but he already dropped all the belts. But that's all I have to say, Coach.
All right, man. Shout out to O from Cali, man. Salute. Shout out to O from Cali, man. Salute. I'm trying to type somebody. Have to fight the best. Yeah. These niggas go to get in their feelings, dog. They go to get in their feelings. You know how I feel about men and their emotions. I care nothing about these fanboys and their emotions. I don't. Shit. Don't need you over here. This ain't the channel for you, man. This ain't the channel. This ain't the channel, man. This is not the channel. It's not. Shout out to Texas Bulldog. He said the audio was too much for Keena, what you say, fam? He say Devin Haney waking up. He say Devin Haney waking up from the dream at 140. That dog go Keena. Keena, that's my dog. That's my dog, Keena, boy. Keena, that's my dog, Keena. Now, one thing I say about you, dog, you consistent now. Keena, you consistent. That's my dog. That's my brother there, man. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Yo, what up, Coach? It's your boy Real Talk, calling in from Dallas, Texas.
Real Talk, talk to me. What kind of issue you have with me?
Yo, I ain't got no issue with you, Coach. Why you tripping? I ain't never had an issue with you, Coach.
Yeah, I thought you had some kind of issue with me because you saying my channel sounded like
hell no, Coach. I even said it. If somebody turned on you after all the shit you were saying, matter of fact, you ain't been saying shit. Yeah. But if somebody turned on you, they wasn't with you from the get-go.
Yeah. But go ahead.
I don't just give my money to no YouTuber, Coach. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
But I wanted to backpedal off of what the last caller was saying. You know, he's talking about, well, why is Loma getting another title shot? Name one other fighter who had almost 400 amateur bouts and only lost one. Oh! Excuse me. Name one other fighter who had 2 gold medals and won an instant title shot. Now I understand not everybody gets title shots off the bat, but what other fighter wants title shots off the bat?
Yeah, you talking about when Lomachenko first came into the sport of boxing when he first came in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're right about that.
Because I mean, Alexander Usyk won the title shots off of the bat. I mean, nobody's complaining about that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know about Usyk because, bro, it's amazing. I've been watching Usyk since the Olympics, and I think a lot of, especially the American boxing fans online, they don't know a lot about Usyk or his background. So I think when a lot of people say things, they kind of be, I don't know, I just think maybe misinformed. You know what I mean? About certain things, and that's understandable. I get it, but yeah, a lot of people don't know nothing about Usyk and how he came in the game and stuff like that. But go ahead, you got a lot of noise in the background.
Yeah, and see, like that, I just think that's a really bad narrative that Devin Haney had to work his way up to title shots and that and the third. Like, okay, but what fights was he taking to earn his way into a title shot? Like, was he actually campaigning for title shots from the get-go? Why is it that he waited until Loma made it into his 3rd division to start winning title shots? I'm not a Loma fanboy, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to have Loma's dick all in my mouth, but at the end of the day, what exactly was it that Haney was doing to set himself into those title shots? I mean, why did he wait until 2 years to fight Linares after Loma fought him? He could have been took Linares' belt. Was he not a lightweight his entire career?
Yeah, so
that's my issue with it. It's just like, I mean, Devin Haney is a career lightweight and he has 1 champion on his resume. I'm not hating on Haney. I'm just stating the fact.
So what does this? I see what you're saying. You're talking about the actual history of it. Are you looking at it from a standpoint of what Lomachenko has accomplished since he's been at 135 versus a Devin Haney? Is that how you're looking at it? I'm trying to get you.
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, I understand that. I mean, don't get me wrong. Lomachenko ain't even a natural 135er. The only reason he's in a lightweight division is because don't nobody in 130 want to stay in the ring with him. Did he not have 5 opponents to quit in the ring in their corners?
Yeah. So
I mean, of course he's going up and fighting bigger opponents. Don't nobody want to stay in the ring with them.
So
Lomachenko can't come into his 3rd division in his 11th fight at lightweight, where Devin Haney has been for. I mean, at that point, what was he like? At least 20 fights into his career. Still hadn't fought a champion, still hadn't faught a number 1 contender. So how is it that Loma is
I think he's 29-0 right now.
He's 29 now, yeah, but I'm saying at the time that Loma got to the lightweight division, where was Haney in his career?
I got to go back and look at that. Because I've been on YouTube for less than 2 years, so I got to go back and look at that and see exactly, look at the chronological order in that. So you're saying when Lomachenko first won his belt, I mean, what are you getting at? I'm trying to see exactly what you're saying as it relates to today.
That we have for Loma, and I'm not a Loma fanboy. I'm a boxing fan. I'm a boxing fan first, but all the hate from Loma is ill-founded. I mean, we want to prop up fighters like Wilder and Shakur Stevenson for having a silver and a bronze medal, but when I bring up Loma's 2 gold medals, the Olympics don't matter.
Okay, I get what
I'm saying. It's like there are reasons why Loma got those championship fights from the get-go. No other 2-time Olympic gold medalist wanted title shots from the get-go. Nobody wanted to do that.
I see what you're saying. You feel like Lomachenko is getting unfounded hate, and you feel like it's not called.
Yeah,
for
because I mean, and if you want to say it's because of white privilege, I think that's just ignorant. Because I mean, I genuinely feel like if Devin Haney came in. If he actually came in when he was supposed to, not if he came in when he was 18 when he started being a professional.
Who said white privilege? I didn't say white privilege.
What age did Haney become a professional?
I don't know. I gotta put it up.
Yeah, see, I'm saying if Haney hadn't started so early, maybe he could have jumped off the bat with some championship bouts. You know what I'm saying? Like they even say typical boxers will rev their career up over time. Loma didn't want any part of that because he started when he was 25. He had already been into the Olympic play. Yeah, he had 400 amateur bouts. He didn't need to warm himself up to professional bouts, to championship bouts. Now, someone like Devin Haney, of course he has to. He started early. You know, he ran through his amateur career and pretty much just jumped into the professional.
All right.
So to say that Loma didn't deserve his title shot from the get go, I mean, that's just ignorance. I mean, I don't see any other 2-time Olympic gold medalists winning championships bouts off the top. You know, I don't see anybody trying to do that.
All right. Hey, shout out to Real Talk Boxing, man. Your point well
salute,
taken.
boss.
Point well taken. Clint Adams said, I want to thank Al Heyman. Hey, you know what? hey, you know what? Hey, you know the crazy part about it? When I came up with the title of this show, I automatically knew what it was going to be. I swear to God. But shout out to my dog, Johnny Rice.
Well, you know, I guess I got to be like everybody else and thank Al Heyman. I can quit my job now, baby. 6 figures, baby. You feel me? I'm about to
But a name. Do you have a name?
Oh, nah, I ain't got no name, you know.
Name them names, man.
They know who they is.
Name them names, please. The names need to be named.
They know who they is.
The Mexican monster.
Big Soldier, what you say, fam? You say Usyk had it harder than NMM, than the... You know what? I'm a big Soldier. I will say this, dog. I will say this, bro. Like, I've been following Alexander Usyk's career since the Olympics. Bro, this is the only fighter in boxing that I know that, well, I'm talking about out of the males, out of the men boxers. You know what? And I could be wrong about this. Out of the men boxers, this guy right here, man, you guys know Alexander Usyk, one of my favorite fighters. And it's because of he get it the hard way. Shout out to Jaime Rivera. For dropping that. Bam, cash up on your boy.
Hey, Leroy. Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Jaime Rivera said for always keeping it real, no games allowed over here. Nah, you hit the nail right on the head, fam. Alexander Usyk, and anytime you hear me talk about Usyk, I talk about one thing. I say this dude go all around the world fighting other champions, taking their belts. You want me to come to your country? No problem. You want me to leave my side of the street and come on your side of the street? No problem. You want me to fight you in front of your fans? No problem. You want me to fight you in front of your judges and referee that your promoters pick out? No problem. You know, whatever it is that you want him to do, he does it. This man has been all over the world, many different countries, beating people, becoming undisputed. Name a country he hasn't been to it and fought a guy. You see what I'm talking about? I'm talking about the boxing criteria. A lot of you guys don't have a boxing criteria. That's the problem. So it's hard for me not to like a fighter like Usyk because he got it the hard way. Shout out to Nelly Content. What you say? You say, what you say, Nelly? You say it's a different energy. Yeah, it's a different energy, fam. It's a different energy. Cause that's what I'm looking at. Okay. Well, shit, like anybody, look, like listen, he's the only fighter I can really point to that stand out to me. The next fighter that can stand out to me is the women. Look at this past weekend, dog. This past weekend, we had Clarissa Shields versus Savannah Marshall. We had Alicia Baumgartner versus Michaela Meyer. Guess what? All those women went overseas. Alicia Baumgartner and Michaela Meyer left America and went to the UK. Clarissa Shields left America, came to the UK to fight Savannah Marshall. Guess what? The women it was the most, from what I've learned, that fight this weekend on the women's card was the highest watched fight in the history of the UK. They said 2 million people watched that fight this past weekend. 2 million in the UK. They say it broke a record. Even from men's boxing, it broke a record. This is what they're saying. Guess what? We didn't get no wrong side of the street. We didn't get no, your baby mama got to know how to do the one leg up. We didn't get no, you got to deserve, you ain't done nothing to fight my fighter. We don't get none of that with the women's boxing. We don't get none of that. But when it comes to these men fight, these male fans of these fighters, bro, it's like you dudes are oh my God, you dudes are so effeminized. The women fight was better than Wilder fight and Devin Haney fight. You don't hear nothing about the women. I ain't got nobody that's a fan. Listen, check this out. We did a show Monday talking about Clarissa Shields and Savannah Marshall. I didn't hear no fanboys talking about calling the show or going to war for Savannah Marshall or Clarissa Shields. Nobody.
True.
Or Alicia Baumgartner. But nobody was going to war for them like that. And this is what I tell you people. Dog. I say this is the problem. And this is what I noticed online. The fighters that are doing the least. Yeah, you're right. Hey, Lisa Bells, you're right. Devin Haney did that. He went to Australia. He did that twice. But when I talk about Usyk, I want you to put it in its proper context. Usyk, he goes around the world, not one country. Usyk has been to multiple countries. Every time he fights, he's fighting on foreign soil. Every time he wins a belt, he won on foreign soil. This is what he does. He does it multiple times. 5, 6, 7 times, 8 times. This is what he does. But I digress. Damn, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, yeah. What I was going to say is this. And I say this all the time on this show. The fighters that do the least amount of things get all the praise in boxing. Shout out to my dog, Smith & West. Hey, Smith & West, check this out, fam. Hey, Smith & West, check this out. Smith & West, check this out. Smith & West, this is my brother right here from Detroit. He has a boxing criteria, too. The fighters that do the most in the sport of boxing, they get the most hate. And the fighters that do the least in boxing, they get the most praise. Man, you got fighters, bro, listen. Alicia Baumgartner, Michaela Mayer, Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor. You know what we didn't hear when those fights got made? We didn't hear no, shout out to Monica. Monica in the building. Monica, what's going on, sis? You didn't hear no, you're on the wrong side of the street. You're on the wrong side of the street. We didn't hear no wrong side of the street. Not street. We didn't hear no, oh, you with the wrong promoter. We didn't hear that from Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano. We didn't hear no, when Michaela Mayer and Alicia Baumgartner fight got made. We didn't hear no, oh, you went top rank. I'm with Matchroom. I'm saying from the fan bases. We didn't hear that. This shit, bro, I tell you, bro. These men something else, man. These men something else, dog. I swear. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What's up, Coach? It's O from Cali again.
O from Cali, talk to me.
Yeah, guy called in right after me, and I just wanted to respond. You know, I'm not saying that he got it, the title. Well, he did get the title, the first title shot too early, and you brought up Usyk. Okay, I don't know Usyk background, but I'm sure he won his title fight. They thought he was a good fighter. They gave it to him, and he won. I'm saying Loma lost his.
Yeah.
And they turned around and gave him another one. And then on top of that, they went from giving him back-to-back title shots to just giving him a damn title. You know, creating a title for him. So that's all I had to say, Coach.
Yes, sir. Hey, shout out to O from Cali, man. Shout out to O from Cali. But y'all get what I'm saying, though. y'all get what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, we got a boxing criteria over here. We got commandments, and it's like, they ain't like, bro, the women put on for the city. The women broke a record this weekend. They sold out the O2 Arena, and they had 2 million eyeballs watching them. Wasn't no 2 million people watching doggone Devin Haney and George Kambosos. Damn sure probably wasn't no 2 million people watching Wilder and Robert Alenius, but 2 million eyeballs, and it was a free fight on cable, watching Katie Taylor, watching Amanda, watching Alicia Baumgartner, Michaela Mayer, and Clarissa Shields, the GOAT, and Savannah Marshall. We didn't hear none of that. But boy, you can't. But listen, hey, Martin King Boss, you in there right on the head. Boy, you can't make this up. You can't make this up. Hell, if it's, if you get what I'm saying, you can't make this up.
True.
I don't know what to say, guys. I don't know what to say. Anyways. I wanted to have the phone lines open because I wanted everyone to call into the show and give their opinion on the actual interview that Paulie, not interview, but the actual video that Paulie Malignaggi gave. That's why I dropped the phone lines early like I did yesterday. I'm going to start dropping the phone lines early from this point forward. We need 9 more likes for me to get to 400. I need 8 likes to get to 400. Because I think the show will run a lot better if I start opening up the phone lines early and just let people call into the show and voice how they feel. You can voice how you feel over here. You'll get cussed out sometimes, but you can voice how you feel over here. You know what I mean? The beef that's going on, what you say on Paulie is suspect to me, Coach. I mean, Paulie definitely hates Devin Haney. I think that's obvious. I don't think nobody will disagree with that, right? Doesn't mean that he didn't make some valid points, but it doesn't mean that the points that I definitely don't agree with were not slanted towards hate. I think that's obvious. But he's no different from no one else. You get what I'm saying? But I say all that to say this, because I gotta create this thumbnail for tonight, so we got a fight party tonight. Kid Austin will be fighting tonight, guys. I am going live for that fight. It's gonna be my first time going live. Well, for a Kid Austin headline fight. He's the headliner tonight. I say all that to say this, dog. You boxing fans have to get back to boxing. When you have, you got to get back to boxing, dog. You have to get back to boxing. We need to see these fights. There's no one want to see Devin Haney fight Lomachenko more than me. You know why? Because when Devin Haney and Lomachenko fight each other, it's going to clear all doubt. There's a whole lot of talking going on in the chat. That shit going to be over with. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Troy Graham, B-More's finest. What's up, Coach?
Troy from B-More. Talk to me, fam. You the last call.
The reason why women fights or put out so much energy and it's so passionate and much more easy to make, because in all reality, they don't have the options, like a lot of options that men do. They understand this. We have to fight to build up our sport when it should just be one sport, right? We can't sit around for a year and then fight next year and all that. No. Once that iron is hot, we have to strike now, right? We can't wait for the fight to marinate nonsense, right? We can't sit around for 5 friggin' years. We can't go back and forth on social media, and then a year pass, 2 years pass, 3 years pass. That cross the street nonsense, that get the title nonsense, that come and sign to my promotion company nonsense, that don't fly. Get in this ring and fight, and that's the way they see it. That's why these fights have been so good. These men have too many damn options. When you have too many choices, sometimes you do nothing.
Yeah.
And that's what it is.
Hey, you hit the nail right on the head, Troy. They got too many options, and they got fan bases that support the options that they have. Boy, you hit the nail right on the head. You hit the nail right on the head. God, I couldn't have said it better.
And you said it also. The fan base is pushing this narrative. So, we have the fan base is pushing it. You have the fighter believing it. Guess what happens? Then the fans are saying, well, we're not getting the fights we want. But at the same time, you're still encouraging them to do the same nonsense.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's a contradictory energy that's going on now. Just real quick, the answer, I think it was a few callers back that said, whatever amateur has 400 fights and all that. Donald Curry, 400 fights, 4 losses. And he had title belts for 2 different weight classes. So I forgot what the whole conversation was that you and him was having, but all I heard is what other fighter has 400 amateur fights. That's Donald Curry.
Yeah.
All right, Coach, man. Bless up yourself, man.
Shout out to Troy, man. I'm finna end the show. Shout out to you, man. Salute to my brother, Troy Graham. Kid Austin is fighting tonight at 8 o'clock. At 8 o'clock, I'm going to watch this kid. My man, I'm going to watch this kid. It's him right now. He's fighting tonight at 8 o'clock. He's a headline on the zone. Kid Schofield, Kid Austin, Floyd Schofield. They're fighting tonight at 8 o'clock. So this is the last call, man. I ain't accepting no more calls, man. I'm finna turn the phone lines off. I gotta shut this show down. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, what's going on, Coach? I gotta make a quick point. I know you're trying to end the show, man. I just want to give some food for thought, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yo, is I definitely hear the you know what I'm saying, like the controversy with everything with Paulie Malignaggi. I just want people to think that for this though, during the pandemic, right? During the pandemic, boxing, the YouTube boxing community got very popular, bro, and it really started impacting, you know what I'm saying, the way that these boxers and the promotional companies think. So don't be surprised that there's a machine behind Paulie Malignaggi to start calling out some of these channels to try to, like, you know, sway people to their narrative. Don't be surprised about that. That's really all I wanted to say.
All right, shout out to Major Key, man. Salute to my brother. Salute to my Major Key boxing, man. Salute to Major Key boxing. It's over. It's over. Shout out to Will. Hey, okay. For dropping that. Bam, dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
You said the WBC doesn't get any blowback because they are smart enough to call strife and stay quiet. He said, why the fans and bosses go at each other's throats. He said, who gets the most attention? The drama or the people who started it?
True.
Hey, you know what, Will? Hey, you know, I have to, hey, that was so good, brother. That was so good. I had to screenshot that. I just screenshotted that, Will. That was so good. I had to screenshot that. Bruh, I want everybody to look at this chat. Look at this chat right here. Look at this super chat. He says the WBC doesn't get any blowback because they are smart enough to call strife, meaning they throw the rock in a pack of dogs, and then they hide their hand. And they say, and they stay quiet while the fans and the boxer go at each other's throats.
True.
Who gets the most attention? The drama or the people who started the drama?
True.
You know what, man? What more can I say?
From the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
Jay, what you say, Jay? He said that's exactly how the government operates, with keeping us distracted with the media. Bro, it is what it is, man. It is what it is, man. I'm done, man. It is what it is. Let's give everybody a round of applause. Give everybody a round of applause, man. Let's make it do what it do. I got to get ready for this show tonight. Let's do it like this here, man. Let's do it like this here. I always like to give a shout out to all of the members, the paying members. So let me give a shout out to the members. If you want to become a member of the show, you can click the link in the description below. You can click the link that's attached to the chat on the top of the chat. Again, this is a no fanboy zone. I do everything in my power to discourage fanboys from just even showing up watching the show. Because all subscribers are not good subscribers and all money is not good money. You learn that in the streets from hustling, right? Like me, I want to focus on the sport, right? But I'm going to call it the way I see it. If you have a boxing criteria, guess what? You'll be okay. And this is why we can't get Crawford and Spence. Look what's going on with Crawford and Spence fan bases. We got to let the fight marinate. You're on the wrong side of the street. Oh, I'm a bigger star than you. Come to find out you ain't selling no more than the dude you said you was a bigger star than. Because they don't release the numbers. And they release sources say information to their minions from the corporate media reporters. This is the truth. None of these dudes is big. None of them. Hell, shit. And you know, we're going to talk about Wilder numbers some other time, but yeah, we're going to talk about that too. Probably talk about that tomorrow. The show is over. Hold on, man. Somebody calling. Oh, who the hell is calling? The show is over with. Oh, they hung up. Yeah, the show over with, man. I ain't accepting no more calls. I'm done. I ain't accepting no more calls. Show over with. Let's do this, man. Shout out to Major Key Boxing. Hey, okay. Shout out to Bonjoko. Hey, okay. Shout out to Oscar Radio. Shout out to J Doc. Shout out to the Undisputed Talk. Shout out to Big Hawk from Maryland. Shout out to Frank the Tank with the Big Bank. Honorable Ketsi. Lady Shan, Dundam Season. Shout out to Dantes. Salute to Knockdown 305. Walt, South Florida. Marta King Boxing. Tri-State Bully. Ricky Tiki Tabby. Mr. Gumbo. Just a Fan. WCS, Corley Chapman, Jack Harris, Mailman Mac, Swab Boxing. Shout out to Karma Serene. Salute to Ralph Reacts. Shout out to Big Blunts and Boxing. Salute to F Society. Let me blow this up because it's too damn small. Sorry about that, guys. It's too small. All right, now I can see it. Shout out to F Society. Shout out to Tri-State Bully. Shout out to Just the Fan. Shout out to Corley Chapman, Jack Harris. Shout out to Karma Serene, Ralph Reacts, Big Blunts and Boxing, F Society, Yarmouth. What's going on, fam? From Brooklyn. Food Revolution, Al Booger, Jack Glastra, Edwin Castillo, Eric Gutierrez, Matty Yoel, Jose Luna, Jamario. Shout out to Juan Carlo. Shout out to Drumming Phone Live. Shout out to Con Shonery. Salute to TJ. Shout out to Ryan, my main man Thomas Jones. Shout out to Massachusetts Fishing, my main man Troy Graham, Flex BX, Al Money, Real Talk. Shout out to Bless 365, Boss Dog, Jay, Eric Grimey, Swift 718, S. Kamani, Sabrina Lee, the one Mr. Ham, Old Dirty Boxing, BG from the Hot Boys, Javon Soto, BWG, Damian Bennett from B-More, Mark Nash from the ATL, That Way, Bishop Don Magic Wand, Bernard Burton, Ricky Ricardo, shout out to Big Will, shout out to Manny G, Boxing Nerd, Candy Slim, Doug Rightside, Deborah Booker, Manny 209, Adrian Big 30, MFB, Bush the Can Man Cassidy, AB Sounds, Kathy W, Miguel Chartico, Here to There, True Getter 402, Hair Hero Elite, Jay Rodriguez, Folo Bond, Philo 58. We got a lot of members, man. We got 100. Ron Boy Fresh, what up, Slim? Lil Green Eyes P, my brother Charlo, Ahmed, Ficiano Fights, Misfit, Schoolo X-Man, Philly Fly, A Sneed, Dr. Paul Evans, Arlette, Lisa Bells, Smith and West, and Punch Perfect Boxing. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I gotta be honest with you. Bro, it's a shame. We have a chat and you got people who act like children, dog. Like grown ass people in their 30s and 40s and 20s and teens. And I can see a teenager, but bro, like, this is ridiculous at this point. It's just ridiculous. Some people just really need to check themselves sometimes. Other than that, man, shout out to, let me get to the phone calls. Shout out to Ron for Vermont. You know what I'm gonna start doing? I'm gonna just start ignoring the chat. The only chats or messages I'm gonna read are super chats. I'm gonna have to start ignoring the chat. That's what I'm gonna start doing from this point forward. Shout out to Ron from Vermont. Shout out to Keith from Jersey. Keith 113. Shout out to Fernando from Newark. Shout out to Chris the Greatest from Cali. Shout out to Martin from Oaktown. Shout out to James Lee from B-More. Shout out to Texas Bulldog from Texas. Shout out to Frank from Philly. Shout out to Adrian from Dallas. Shout out to Gamo from LA. Yay. Shout out to Giovanni. I'm from Jersey. Shout out to Drew from LA. Shout out to the Boston Scientists from Cali. Shout out to Shoot 718 from Brooklyn. Shout out to Don from B-More. Shout out to O from Cali. Shout out to Real Talk from Dallas. Shout out to Troy from B-More. Shout out to Major Key Boxing from Orlando. Other than that, that's it. This is Coach Malachi Williams signing out. New Minute Today USA Boxing. Let me go ahead and shout out to my brother Knockdown 305, Dade County's finest in this BIH. Let me go ahead, man, and get everything together for this fight tonight, man. Yeah, man, let me go ahead and send out peace to the family. I'll see you guys tonight, man. I'm going live tonight, man. Really excited about going live for my brother, man. Once again, it's on. It's about Coach Malachi Williams signing out. New Minute Today USA Boxing. We have over 16,000 subscribers in less than 2 years. We've been doing okay. Appreciate all the new subscribers. If you're a new subscriber, please go to my channel, go to my community tab, and read the commandments, because this might not be the channel for you. This might not be the channel for you, or this may be the channel for you. But if you can look at the commandments, and if it's something that you think you can work with, then you got a home here. Other than that, that's it. I don't give a damn. Let's talk about Coach Malachi Williams signing out. New Minute Today USA Boxing. I see you guys tomorrow. We'll see you guys tonight at 8 o'clock. You know my motto. Don't meet me there, beat me there. Peace.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go.